like my entire last few weeks. I don't know. Just it's all so rushed. But it's fine.
Still waiting for it to kick in. Are we live or not?
It says live in the top corner.
Oh my god. But are we actually transmitting? It doesn't say. Ingrid had to pop out, so I'm desperately learning. Ah, we're live. Ah. Ingrid had to pop out, so I'm desperately learning. Ah, we're live. I just caused a loop on myself. Sorry. Happy days. Yay. Thank you. Groovy. So, hi everyone. Unfortunately, a lot of our guys are running a bit late. Oh, Jesus. I need to adjust that. Hold on. Technology. Click. Yay. And then I need to switch that off so I stop hearing myself speaking. There we go. Now I can't hear myself 3 seconds ago. That's just weird. Yeah, so unfortunately, 2 of our members are running slightly late. Can I keep you updated about that? As soon as we get 1 person, we're going to start.
Technically, it was all 3 members because I was running late too.
It's fine, you're here first. That's the rules. If you're there first, you basically tell everyone behind you that you, in fact, arrived on time, and they all suck.
That feels just slightly dishonest, but
what? No. Wouldn't do that. Gosh, how have you been anyway? You okay?
Yeah.
I noticed you forwarded me your character sheet, which is lovely of you.
I did indeed. Got to discuss that with people at uni because I was filling it out in the cafeteria at lunchtime.
Aww. Anyone ask?
Yeah. Amelia was rather intrigued. She said, "Why did you make your character shorter than you?" And I was like, "Well, because she's an elf and I'm quite tall, so."
Elves are very atypically short in the Dragon Age universe, and dwarves are atypically not Scottish. Hey, which I like.
Makes a nice change.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it just? Although I do miss orcs, though I suppose Darkspawn could be qualified as orcs. Isn't your character's old name Namriel or something? Nameriel?
I can't remember what I put now. I think it was Muriel, I think is what I have on here, but I feel like maybe it started off as Athenara and then it got changed. I should probably pick one.
I think Athenara is nice. Let's stick with that.
I think I went with that originally because it sounded like the Dalish word for something, but it wasn't a name. So yeah, let's go with Athenara.
Oh dear. Sorry, the cats are fighting behind me. Etiquette, hearing, healing, self-discipline. Are you one of those elves with very long ears? Is that why you have good hearing?
I mean, could be. That wasn't what I had in mind when I chose hearing. But...
You're not the only elf character who has good hearing, and I just love the idea that the ears twitch like they do on...
Oh yeah, no, I really like that. It's cute.
What's it called? Poison Elves by Drew What's-His-Face. That the ears on those guys were huge, and they looked amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna put you there. Gosh, this is unfortunate. I'm just gonna get a catch up on where everyone's at.
Or we can make awkward small talk for like 3 hours, and
I'm an expert at small talk. But to be fair, my mouth gets me in so much trouble. Where are we?
Hello.
Hi.
Hooray!
Curtain is not doing anything.
Becca, do you want to maybe turn a light on? Oh no, there we go.
No, don't want a light. It's just kind of miserable. Actually, closing the curtains.
Actually, for some strange reason, I can't have a go at Becca for her camera quality today because for some strange reason, my HD camera which I spent more than enough money on, is now going at 720p, and it's like, my face is made of cubes. Hello, Becca, darling. How are you?
Hello. I now have a lamp in front of me, which gives me slightly better light on me.
Hold on.
I feel like Becca's camera might be actually better than yours right now, Rick.
Shut up. And you're of course right. It probably is.
I'm pretty sure my camera wasn't bad last time. It was just that I had terrible lighting, which is usually the problem.
Yes. Although, have you noticed that someone's left a boat in the back of your room there?
What?
You got a boat shelf. I like that. That's cute. Okay, we're gonna.
I am currently. Does that work? Yes, it does. Currently, just scrolling through the rulebook again, trying to remember how to play.
Oh, don't worry about it. None of us know how to play anyway.
Yeah, I definitely read
What
through
Bryn's daggers did, and I've forgotten.
Bryn's daggers, they essentially give you an extra level up on your dual wield skills.
Okay,
So
and I just got that last level, at level 3. So does that mean I'm now the one above novice?
Yes, you're on journeyman.
Ooh.
Such fun.
Any word from Anna, by the way? She's not commented at all.
She was talking in the other chat before because she answered my question.
Yes.
Talent.
Can I get an update on it?
Is that where I want to be?
Anyone remember what happened last time, by the way, or do I have to do a bit of a recap for you?
I think I remember. I was thinking about this on the train when I was going
so I have all my notes from the first game, but I didn't take any second game because I forgot my notebook.
No! No. It was very simple, thankfully. You guys infiltrated Mosswake on the orders of your new client, someone referred to as Nex, who is also known as, rumored to be, the famed dragon of Grimaldi, who's
rumored to be a psychopath.
Yeah, as you've heard some horrible things going around about her torture techniques.
I don't want to spend my free time with this person.
No, it's definitely not someone you'd swipe right for.
I'm planning on becoming her best friend.
Does she like chocolate?
I did not take notes at all last week. That's fine.
It's fine.
I took some notes. We'll be okay.
We'll be fine. I just was looking to see if I had any things that I'd written down.
Woo, yeah,
what is the attack on Bryn's daggers? Just the same as a normal dagger?
Yes.
1d6.
Yes. It's not. Thank you. It's not the daggers which do the damage. It's how you use them. So backstabbing is your friend.
Okie doke.
Wait, are you a warrior or a rogue?
I'm a rogue.
Best in test for daggers then. Yes.
Anna!
Yes.
Hey! Hello! Sorry, I had some trouble with the sound. My computer's been a bitch.
I only got in at just after 1:15 because I had to go and vote.
That's important.
Had to go and
that's
vote.
That's a good excuse for being late. As excuses go, voting is a very good one.
I mean, also Thursday traffic's terrible usually, but that just didn't help.
So, oh god, we are a sorry lot. After you guys were introduced to your new client, the Dragon of Grimaldi, you were sent by the dragon out into Mosswake, who pose as nice people. As
are you saying we're not nice people?
I am saying it's yet to be seen. But I have my money placed firmly. Not saying where. You were all asked to go into Mosswake and essentially help trying to find the location of the Fate Swain, which were rumored to be there or recently left. While you were there, however, things kicked off badly, and you've just been introduced to some of the nice people in the township, which actually weren't douchey at all. You learned that the Fateswain had defended them against a pride demon, possibly summoned by themselves, according to some rumors, possibly something to do with those strange green rifts that has been spawning up all over Thedas since the rift in the sky opened up. Either way, when the Tevinter soldiers kicked off, you guys were forced to make a choice, and make a choice you did. You ended up helping Hexel, the inquisitorial agent, stop the Tevinter soldiers from causing any more damage, resulting in you killing your old partner. I forget his name now. Sexton, I believe his name is. In a brutal display. And helping save the town. In a way of thanking you, you were given, I believe, Tilda, your character got given a healing staff, if I'm not mistaken.
I did, yes.
By one of my favorite NPC characters. Yay! You were then given directions to where the Fateswain are. And as you were leaving, you encountered the dragon with his personal guard of 5 Tevinter battle mages. And as you're racing north in pursuit, you turn back to see the Tevinter army setting fire and laying waste to Mosswake. So much for doing things the peaceful way. How this works in relation to the Stags, the mercenary company, is unknown, but you couldn't see any indication that the Tevinter side of things had attacked the mercenary company. It seems that the contract is still firmly on. Although this act of butchery is probably going to strain a few ties. Meanwhile, you guys are riding hard on your horses, right behind the dragon, and the 5 battle mages racing north. And this is where we actually start. Everyone got their cups of tea and such?
I do.
I even have biscuits. I'm.
Oh my god.
Well prepared.
I did not bring snacks. That was poor planning. Oh.
I'm just going to finish this off so I don't get interrupted. Thanks, Inji.
Whilst you're finishing that, I think on my character sheet earlier, I wrote down that the staff was +2 to healing. Sorry, +1 to healing, but it's actually +2. That's what I have written on here.
I wondered about that. I thought I could have sworn I made it better than that.
Yeah, you did. I took a really bad photo on my phone, and that's what I was copying stuff from in the canteen. So I wrote it down wrong.
That's right, everyone. Tilda did her character sheet, updated it in the cafeteria at university.
Yep.
I had this horrible sensation. Wait a second, how old is Tilda again?
We're a good range of ages.
Screw you.
I don't feel old at all.
Wait. No, we're not going to have this conversation because we had it last time and I forgot because I'm old. So let's not find out. Yes.
The good news is on my character sheet, I got 1 more point of constitution, so I'm less likely to die.
Yay!
Challenge accepted. What?
No, screw you.
What? No. No.
Oh,
wow. Yes, you guys are on
the GM ideas.
Give the GM ideas. I have no ideas. I have no idea what I'm doing. You guys are racing behind the 5 battle mages in the demonic-styled headdresses, the Tevinter like, or draconian, if you like. The weather is dark, clear. It's muddy, though. It's very moist and muddy on the floor, so your horses are really kicking through it. Ahead, you can't actually see anyone. But the guy in front, the dragon, seems to know where to go, so everyone's just following him. The mages have drawn torches so they can see better as they're riding along. And you notice that the path that you're on veers into the woods. You go off the beaten path, and pursuit gets so hard that you need to actually dismount at one point. You guys want to take an animal handling check, please, using communication with a +2 for animal handling if you have it.
I do not.
I do not.
Oh dear. 7.
9.
7.
That's actually a 13.
I have not been round very many horses. Just
I'm not sure if I have at this point.
Oh dear.
Can I seduce a horse?
You can certainly try.
Don't make me try. I'm not going to.
I'm just so tempted to say yes to this. Yeah, don't kick me off. Don't book me. Stroke. A tender, loving caress. Well, your horse loves you. Who was it who rolled a 7?
me.
I'm just, sorry, I just want to bet. As you're riding along, everyone else starts dismounting. You don't need help, thankfully, as in the dark, a branch suddenly comes out of nowhere and knocks you off the horse. You take 2d6 damage, which is going to be... Actually, 2d6 is a bit much. I'm going to make that, let's see, 6. 6 damage. You can take armor off that, though. It's not penetrating.
I don't have any armor.
So you take 6 health points as you're clubbed by the thick branch and roll straight out of your stirrups and straight off the back of the horse, landing in the mud.
Wow. I'm so impressed. Myself. I'm gonna pick myself up and try and get as much of the mud off as possible, and embarrassed, climb back onto the horse.
Oh, well, it just so happens that everyone else is dismounting because the foliage...
I'm not going to climb back onto the horse.
No, let's say you did, and then looked around and went, oh, and they got back off again.
Smooth.
Smooth move. Oh, those mages.
I just give you a hand down as you get off the horse again.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
As you emerge through the darker part of the woods, you notice that the other guys are actually remounting their horses and then with a huge spur of movement propel themselves through the last bits of foliage, landing in this large copse area. As you all come out, you see over the shoulders of these battle mages and the dragon who flicks a knife out. You follow the knife because everything's moving so quickly through these rather large brass doors that are closing the entrance to this weird, strange temple. You're just absorbing all of this as quickly as you can. The knife strikes someone, a rather large Avar, human, female with blonde hair. You've heard the description, but you've never seen the person. In the shoulder where the knife sticks. And then just as the doors are closing, you see a few faces. An elvish girl of about 5'5" with red hair. A bald, hooded elf with a snarl in his face. And a dwarf that looks quite shocked by the whole thing as the door closes and shimmers with a field of magical energies. Then you start taking in the surrounding areas. This entrance to this temple is ancient. It's overgrown with vines, and there are statues ranked in front of it in order of ascension. Does anyone have any reason to believe they would be familiar with elvish gods or elvish deities or elvish things?
Oh, actually, no. That's a lie. Yes.
No.
Oh, no! That's just really weird. That's great. If you like, you can try and have a stab at it. You got to go for where are we now? Cunning, arcane lore. Nearly read that wrong. That would have been embarrassing. Not arcane lore. Sorry. Where are we? History, historical lore.
Are we each trying?
Historical lore or religious lore, if it's relevant to your character. Anyone can have a go at it.
I have neither. So
I know nothing, but I'm gonna try. 9.
11.
That's my roll for the evening.
Anna,
Yeah.
what'd you get?
I'm just trying to find it. It's cunning. Oh, never mind. That's surprisingly a 10
Oh, bless.
with a +0. Yeah, okay. I'll take it.
Aww. I'm gonna actually try something. I'm gonna do something in a different way this time. Bear with me a second. Ah, excellent. Boom. Are you still on Facebook, Tilda?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send you a quick message. Just have to send her because it's better sometimes if I let you guys describe things. So it's not always my stupid voice. Did you get that message?
I did. And these statues, they represent some of the elven gods, I think. They're, well, that one is Dethaman, and the other is Falondine, but I'm not entirely sure. My old mistress, she didn't exactly get her facts right 100% of the time. It's an elvish temple, at least. Pardon?
We just know the names, nothing about the gods or what kind of temple this might be, what kind of traps there may be around it. Which I want, if we approach, I want to check for.
Because it's May the 4th.
Oh, it's May the 4th, everybody!
Yeah.
I do not have. Oh, I do have a Star Wars cup. I missed this chance.
I only just recognize them. I can't remember enough to know exactly.
Okay.
I've
what
actually
they are
sent you some
gods
more
of.
information.
Oops.
Just so you know, so you don't get be sidelined. Like I say, just reveal it as your character would know. This is basically stuff that your character has picked up in her time in the circle, reading from dusty books and such.
Well, I wasn't in a circle.
Oh yes, I fell it, isn't it? Sorry, yes, on your travels. So there.
I know very little. I haven't learned anything.
It seems that your your cunning roll says otherwise.
Yeah. It's the dice betraying me.
As this is going on, it looks like where are we? It looks like Lanara is absorbed by all of these statues and archaic bits and bobs. Meanwhile, the grim figure of the dragon is studying the front door of the temple, stroking the underside of her armored faceplate with her fingers like this. The mages that are with him, meanwhile, are looking around for some sort of device or rune or something. They each seem to be, they're very silent, they don't talk to each other, but they know what they're doing. One of them is already starting to cast some magic to try and scry some more information about the area.
I'm gonna lean over to my two friends and whisper, "See those ravens? They represent fear and despair.
Well, that's
they're
a
part
cheery
of the
thought.
legend. They're part of the legend of Dethaman and Falondine, but I assume this is a temple to them, since they're what's represented here most."
Did I say fear and despair in that piece? I should have wrote
so.
fear and deceit. I'm an idiot.
Deceit.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I haven't played Dragon Age for months. I am failing.
My bad.
Just retcon that. Deceit, not despair.
Yep, that's still cheery.
Yep, that's fine. That's what we heard.
What do you guys want to do? The bronze doors have some sort of magical field around them. Although it has occurred to you that this tunnel will have another end or somewhere. The hill that it's going into seems to be at least quite tunnel-like in the way that it's shaped.
Right.
In fact, to your right and to your left, you see rough footpaths going around this great hut-like earthenworks going through. You could call it a barrows, actually.
I'll take
Do
a look
we
around
wanna
and
have
see
a
if I
look?
can see
Yeah.
anything.
Try and take one of the paths to the side of the door rather than going straight in after them.
You take one side, I'll take the other.
Do we want
Um,
to?
Well, we're going to be stuck here otherwise.
What did you want to do, Lanara? Or
I
Gemma?
will. Oh, I'm gonna wait here and take a look at the door.
Would you mind rolling a? Let me see. What would that be? I'm gonna make it a arcane law check. Cunning, please.
Ooh. 19.
Nice. I'll
And
get
I
back
rolled
to you in a
double
second.
sixes, but I don't know if that means anything.
Means you get a little bit of extra information with the stun dice there. The other two, would you mind, guys? Would you mind rolling perception tracking? Ooh, I wonder if I can.
13.
13 here as well.
13. Nice. Well, first of all, tracking-wise, you notice that there are actually a lot of tracks going into the temple. Not just enough for 4 people, like you've been told, with horses, but also what looks like some form of cart, a rather large wheeled vehicle of some sort, with something that isn't horses dragging it. You notice as well that there are other feet that have gone to the sides where you're going. So it looks like there's been a lot of traffic in the last week or two.
Seems an awful lot of traffic for a temple to gods no one even remembers.
Yeah, certainly. This is different.
Although I am not certain separating while these lot are busy at the doors is a good idea. I'm already watching my back from too many people.
Oh, got a good point there.
If we go in the same direction.
Yeah. Let's.
I'm just going to send something to Tilda because I like her explaining things. It sounds better.
Except I haven't actually succeeded at doing it yet.
You rolled a 19. This is worth it. On the bronze door, on the bronze door, written in the strange figuremen style language of the ancient Elvish peoples, is written an inscription, which Tilda's just received.
I have read it.
And as you read it, Nex decides with a bit of a grunt that she is going to try opening the door. And she grips the door by the slight depression between the 2 door plates with her gauntleted hands and starts pulling. You see this blue light emerge from the armor that she's wearing that kind of wisps in the air like ebbing lyrium smoke. Then there is this discharge of electrical power, and the dragon is propelled straight across the courtyard through the dirt so hard that it casts up this cloud before she comes to a crumpled heap at the back. She raises her head immediately, looking at the door. You hear a little and then she starts picking herself up. Then you start hearing a sound. It begins at first like nothing more than a it gets louder and louder and louder until from every direction you hear the sound of a rather guttural noise of an animal you're not very familiar with. A bluish green light emerges from the door, and this creature, made entirely of spectral energies, barges out before impaling one of the mages on its rather large display of horns, twice in the neck and then the guts, and flings them across the courtyard. This thing is probably one of the biggest. It's larger than a horse, but it's made purely of ghostly fade energies, and it looks like a howler. If you've ever seen one of those, though, this howler is armored. It's got like an armored helm made of what seems to be like a leather helmet plate, and flanks are covered in armor as well. It makes this very not horse-like noise, like a deer does, and then starts trampling against the floor. Roll initiative, please.
Where is it? Was it in front of the doors or like
It's
coming
in front
out
of
of the
the
woods?
doors.
Okay.
He's in front of the doors.
Are we still on, like, seeing this? We haven't disappeared around the sides or anything?
The noises alone, I mean, the screaming of the mage as he was impaled and thrown into the ground.
I mean, I'm
Discharged.
partly hoping that I got to see the dragon get thrown backwards, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Let's say you did for shits and giggles.
That was amusing. It's not
Yes.
so much.
I am going to bring open a paint. Where are we? Paint 3D? No. Oh, congratulations, Windows. You failed again. Anyways, yes. What's your initiative, folks?
11.
15?
I was trying to find mine. Oh shit, that's bad. 10.
That is bad.
Yeah. 2 1s and a 3. Thank goodness for lots of pluses.
Yeah, right. Let's see, that one's got a difficulty of 6. Quite a wee bit there. So 11 for that. Groovy. All right. This howler emerges. The dragon backs off, while the 4 mages start backing off as well, giving it some room. The dragon turns to you all and with a bit of a sideways glance, "I believe it's your turn," she says. "Would you care to dispose of this thing?" First up, of course, is Allegra. Anna, you're up.
Oh shit. I'm just gonna stand my ground and try to throw a knife at it and see what it actually does.
Sure. Roll dexterity.
Because I'm not sure I can actually harm this thing. What is that? That's 6, 7. That's a 10.
That's a 10. Did you get any doubles?
Nope.
Nope. Your dagger misses anyway. As
Yeah.
it flies through the air. Hits a tree perfectly behind it. The Warhowler, as it's known, doesn't even notice that you threw a knife. Did you want to move close to the creature?
No, I'm just gonna keep my distance until I know
Okay.
what it does.
Cool. The Howler turns towards Lanara and charges.
Oh, great. Oh, no.
6, 9. That's going to be a 15 to hit.
Yeah. I'm looking at defense, right? I've never actually,
Yep.
no one's actually attacked me yet.
Oh, really?
Then it does, yeah, because it's 11.
Defense is correct, yes. It's going to do knock over as well. So you've been knocked on your back. And now it's going to cause 10 damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
Right in front of everyone, this ghost of a howler makes that echoing noise as it calls out, and then charges a few feet forwards before knocking over with the brunt of its head. Lanara, this giant howler is now leering down, looking down at the mage before it looks like it's going to start trampling her to death. Yeah, that's gonna be,
Great.
Tilda, that's your
Yeah.
turn.
Okay. Then I'm gonna cast Flame Blast at it.
Woohoo! Close proximity. Nice. Go for it. Do your roll.
Oh. That's plus. Hang on a second. I've messed up. I'm very confused.
You should be rolling to your magic plus the 3 dice, plus any focuses.
Okay, right. It is 3 dice because I was looking at my staff and it said 1d6 and I was confused.
That's for damage when you're using it to actually hit someone on the head.
Hit things. Okay, so that was 16. I think.
The spell should be. Do you have the spells on access?
Yeah, it's target number's 12.
Yep. Then you manage it with a plum, as they say. Now you get to do the damage. I do believe I get a chance to try and dodge the worst of it, though.
I have no idea.
You need to do what Teresa does and get yourself a rather funky spell book.
Yeah, I have them written down. They're just buried. Okay.
Why don't I check this out?
Hang on.
Flame Blast, right?
Yeah.
Dexterity versus spell power.
Yes.
Oh, flip. Well, bugger. Okay. My dexterity is my highest thing, and I just screwed up. Your spell power should be on your character sheet. I didn't make it, I don't think.
Spell power's 13.
Yeah, I didn't make it. So he's taken the Warhowler's taken the full damage, which of that I believe is 2d6 plus 1 damage.
Okay.
So I roll 2d6, please.
Yep. 8.
Nice. Despite the fact that she's knocked over on her backside, Lenara raises both of her hands and ejecting straight from literally millimeters from her fingertips, this huge gout of fire blazes out and swallows whole the Warhowler. A few seconds later, the flames die out and the Warhowler's backed off a wee bit. It seems to have actually hurt it, despite the fact that it is very spectral in its appearance. At least you know magic works. Well done. That's going to be Maria.
Okay, I am still somewhat weak from the last encounter. So, does it take 2 minor actions to take out a potion and drink it?
No, just 1.
Okay, because I want to do that.
Do that, and then roll to see how many hit points you get back.
What do I roll?
Well, actually, first of all, between the riding and this one here, you get a 5-minute rest, which, if I'm not mistaken, is D6 plus your Constitution.
Ooh, I have more Oh, that was terrible. Okay.
Does that go for mana as well as health?
No, mana requires sleep.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Oh, I should have a bit of cover some as well.
I will attempt to hold it off 1 turn.
Okay.
And throw a dagger at him.
You want to throw one of Brynn's daggers or a standard dagger or what? What are you throwing?
I have a short sword or daggers, so I can't throw the short sword.
Nope. So what are you going to throw?
Just my normal dagger.
Okay. Roll dexterity.
Do I get any form of sneak attack since he's paying attention to Lenara?
You'd have to roll for it first of all, and that'd be a minor action, so that you wouldn't be drinking the potion.
No, I haven't done that.
Excellent. Well, in that case, you could try and approach it as per the backstab rules. You have to do your dexterity stealth. Oh, nice, Tilda. Nice. Yes, yeah. You have to do a dexterity against its observation. So go for that.
Is that a dexterity check? So 3 die.
Okay. Create emerge.
I got double 2. And 8 total.
Double 2 and 8. 8 in total, plus your dexterity.
Yep.
Oh crap! Yeah, no one can throw daggers. It seems your knife glides right over the top of it.
That was just the That was the sneak attack part.
Ah. Yes, that's going to go straight back to Allegra while I check something. Thanks, Tilda.
Right, can I get out my short swords and charge at it?
Anna sounds like she's talking from the fade right now.
Oh no!
Anna is now a Dalek.
It's the ghostly Haller. It's affecting the environment.
Oh, Tilda. It's
Yeah.
only I know you were thinking, but there's only a problem if when casting any spell with a requirement, if the casting roll fails and the dragon die result is a 1, then a magical mishap occurs.
Right, I was gonna, yeah. I was panicking.
It takes a lot to have a mishap, but when they occur, it's like a huge plot twist.
Okay.
We're gonna do this thing now. We have to rescue her from the fade. Joy. But yes, what are you doing, Allegra?
I am. Could I get out my swords and charge at it?
Sure.
Then I'm gonna do that.
Charge!
Get away from my healer, you bastard!
Ow.
Your healer's gonna need to heal herself soon because it's not looking
Yeah.
too good.
Everyone's so hurt. You get +2 for your attack roll. That's cool because you're charging at it. What'd you get?
That is a 14.
14. Gosh, that's pretty nice. Oh, is that including the +2?
No, it actually isn't. That it would be a 16 then.
Groovy. In that case, you just managed to strike the thing. Its spectral nature means like it's trying to fight blue fog, basically. So it's very difficult to hit it. Your blades go in. Did you get a double, by the way?
Nope. Did not.
Ooh, right. Your swords actually go straight through the smoke and don't seem to cause any damage whatsoever.
Gosh dang it. That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna try to just wave at it, I guess.
There's something wrong with your voice capture, by the way. You're coming across sounding very staticky. Anna.
Hold on.
It's okay. Might just require a plug out, plug in or something. Next up is gonna be the Hella. It decides to do a trample. No, it can't do that. It has to do a thing, doesn't it? All right. It's gonna still have to go at Lenara. Because
Oh dear.
I'm
easy kill. No one else seems to be doing any damage to it, so it's not thinking about them at all. 14 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh crap. Yeah, that's 13 damage.
Okay, I'm unconscious.
That was me last time. But we're less effective at healing.
Yeah, I had 11 hit points.
At least I'm standing over her so I can pop a potion on her.
Oh, are you? Okay.
I wonder if Teresa's watching this, actually. She'd find this very interesting, considering.
Oh, no.
Considering how useless we are.
Yeah.
Yes. That wasn't a no.
What? Nah, la 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 la. Yes, moving up, that's going to be la la la. He's unconscious. Hooray! Maria, you're up.
Yes, I am. Wait, Lenara, you're not Lenara. Allegra, you're close enough to get potion to her.
Yeah, I'm basically standing over her, I suppose.
Okay, I am going to make another attempt at a backstab since he's still paying no attention.
Doesn't seem to be now.
And I've changed my die over.
Yeah, this is sure to work now. You got this. Come on.
That was 11
To hit.
dexterity. Yeah, is that the backstab? So is that against?
Dexterity. Sorry, to do the backstab, first of all, you have to do a stealth check to make sure you're not noticed. because you're approaching it. Did you pass the stealth check last time, or was it the attack that you missed?
I only rolled once.
So it would have been the stealth check that failed. So the beast noticed you. You're still adjacent, which means you can't do a backstab this turn unless you have bluff.
Right. I don't. That's level 4.
Yes. Don't worry, you'll get there if you survive. So regardless, if 11 was your attack roll, your 3 dice plus your dexterity
That's
plus
new.
any focuses, then you have missed.
God, Jesus.
Wow, you
Thanks,
guys.
Just lie here on the ground.
The only one who can actually do something.
You can't help but notice that the other four mages are just standing there watching this go on. Even the dragon is just folding his arms, looking at this fight going on, just cocking its head, studying this thing. Right. Allegra, you're up. Right now, you are right next to this beast. On the other side, you can almost make out Maria through the blue and green smoke of the spectral beast. And to your right, on the floor, fully unconscious after being trampled on, is the very still form of Lenara. She's not looking very good.
Deal with her.
I'm gonna take out my potion and try to feed it to Lenara.
Okay, cool. That is going to be an acrobatics check, please.
Thank you.
That's all I gotta save my healer. That is 12.
Acrobatics is dexterity, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dexterity.
Oh my god. 12 was that?
Yes.
Oh, you're so lucky. Okay, cool. Despite the fact that this spectral beast is now trying to look around for other targets, it's swaying its head left and right. All of these very finely carved horns are trying to find a target to impale. You manage to just roll over one of them and then get right in front of the very still form of your mage friend before slipping a potion down her throat. That means that Lenara is on 4 health.
Yay!
She's stable.
At least I'm conscious.
Yes.
And before my turn is over, I'm gonna just yell at the other mages, "Make yourselves useful, damn it!"
The injury you sustain.
When you go unconscious, it doesn't go into minus, does it? It just hits 0? Or
Just hit 0.
Okay, good.
Just 0, yeah.
I know some games do that, and they're really nasty like that because you have to drag your way back to full health again.
That's
brutal.
brutal.
But no, that is utterly brutal. This game doesn't need any help because your constitution is how many turns you can survive unconscious before you bleed out and die. So
yeah, constitution as well. So very
Which is
grateful
rough
for
enough
that.
as it is.
yeah, you're welcome. Cool, nicely done. So you, despite the fact that your internal injuries on your chest, you've actually sustained an injury where the thing trampled on your rib cage, causing all manner of internal injuries. The second the health potion goes into you, you feel all these ribs snapping back into place thanks to the magical concoction and the, you take the spell on the game and you don't really think about it. But in terms of real life, if you will, it's a horrible process. You're essentially waking up to a freshly healed throat. Internal blood is still in your lungs and in your throat and in your stomach. So when you try and talk, your teeth are covered in your internal, very thick, clotted arterial blood. Arterial spray, heart. So it's quite a horrible affair. It's probably going to
roll over and cough blood onto the ground.
Yeah, ain't no pretty thing. Yeah, nicely done, Allegra. That's going to move us to Lenara, who is now conscious.
I'm going to heal myself.
Go ahead, cast the spell. How many mana points do you want to put into it?
3, I think.
3? Yeah.
No. 1.
You're
for
very
now.
low in health.
Yeah,
I'm very low on mana as well. I was going to have health. Okay, yeah, 2 mana points.
Cool, go for it.
That's 3 dice, isn't it?
Mhm.
Still, or is it 1 dice?
I do believe it's 3 dice. Every time you do a skill check, it's always 3 dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 10, although there's no test to meet the... Wait, no, target number is 10. So I've got easily more than that. It's like...
What are you about today? Coming to bed?
15 or something. Yeah. Yeah, the target number's 10 and I got 15.
Okay, hopefully you didn't catch all that. I tried to mute it when my parents came in and started talking.
For each mana point spent, the target gets back 1d6 health.
Okay.
So 2d6 then, if you spend 2 points?
Yes.
4.
Roll a good one.
That could have been better. Oh no.
Oh, you guys are so unlucky. Cool.
I know what is happening.
Is my sound better now, by the way?
Yes.
Much better, thank
Yeah.
you. The Howler turns around to face Allegra, who has suddenly appeared into its view and attacks. Oh, okay.
Come at me, bro.
That's 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
No doubles, sadly, but that causes a total of 13 damage. You can deduct your armor. Oh, wait, no, you can't deduct your armor from that. Sorry. So you take 13 health damage.
13. Let's see, that's... There we go, 24. Okay, cool.
Cool. The spectral attack, these horns that this thing has, go straight through your leather armor and right into your guts. You feel a cold chill spreading from the inside of you as it strokes your very soul. That's going to bring us to Mariah. Hey, Mariah.
Our
How you doing?
magey friends are still standing like lemons.
Yep.
God, Jesus.
To Vinter's for you.
And the door it came out of, is that still open?
Very closed.
Right. Are we just going to keep attacking and maybe hit once? I mean, I'll give it another go. Okay, I'm going to do a minor action of aiming, which should hopefully give me a whole +1 on my attack.
Hey, that +1 could make all the difference. You don't know.
Could. And then I'm going to try again.
Good luck.
Oh, that was slightly better, except for you. 16.
16. Yep, they hit. Nicely done. Oh, which weapons are you using, by the way? Your short swords or Bryn's daggers?
I'm still out of range for using melee weapons, aren't I?
Oh, sorry. I thought you charged. Because you'd done the whole trying to backstab. Usually you have
right,
to
yes.
get
In
range
that
to
case,
backstab.
yes, I'm using my short sword.
All right. Did you get any doubles?
No.
No. Your short swords go straight through the thing to no effect. Rick? Yes.
On me then.
Sucks. The dragon, Nex, isn't there anymore. And then as the sun gets blotted out for a second by this leaping form, it comes down straight onto the Howler's back with a brutal scything cut. And then it's going to be groovy. The dragon lands on the Howler's back, and then with motion, does a crisscross with its daggers, causing the Howler to buck and then fall backwards slightly. The two swords that she's carrying are glowing kind of a really intimidating red color as she's cleaving them through. The effect is instant, as you can see her knocking all of the fade material from it like some sort of blood or essence loss. But it seems to have gone into tension. Going straight back to Allegra.
It still seems like it's all fadey and shit.
Yep. If you'd like, you could try and guess, or like try and recall some sort of lore information which could help you better defeat this thing. That's going to be a minor action, and that's going to be arcane lore.
Oh shit, that's not going to go well.
You can actually harm it. It just takes a double.
Yeah.
I did wonder why you kept asking.
I'm gonna go into a defensive stance with my dual weapons to make sure I'm slightly more defensive, and then just try to take another swipe at it.
Go for it. Go for it.
I wouldn't know what else to do. Magic isn't my strong suit. That's not gonna hit. That's a 13.
No, it isn't. No, it is not. I'm sorry. Your attacks seem to be just going straight through this thing, left and right. It doesn't seem to be making any bit of difference.
Yeah.
It's going to take us to the Howler. The Howler is going to try and attack the thing. Throw him off. Opposed test. Nope. The Howler is now doing a rodeo experiment where it's hopping back and forth, trying to buck the dragon off it. However, the nimble Tevinton assassin seems to be holding on quite easily. This is all going on straight in front of you all. Lenara.
I'm going to cast Flame Blast again.
Cool.
Because, you know, Nex can move out the way. I don't really care. But I'm going to stand up first. I'm going to stand up and move backwards, and then I'm going to cast it.
Yep, it's a move action. And then flamey, flamey, flamey.
18 to hit.
18 to hit. Nice. Well, that's your target number managed, at least.
Yep.
What is your spell power, by the way? Should be on your character sheet.
My spell power is 13.
13, right. The Howler fails, and the demon. Oh, sorry, the demon. The dragon.
Might as well be the
Freudian slip.
Same difference.
Yeah. Excuse me. The Tevinton assassin, the dragon, hops off the Howler. The Howler gets completely engulfed in the fire. Roll for damage. I believe it was 2d6 plus 1.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 10.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. That's pretty good. The flames actually make it wail in pain again, which is a sweet, sweet sound. Sweet, sweet,
Lovely.
Sweet. Lovely. Maria.
Yes, I am. Do I have any reason to believe that Brynn's daggers are like magic or anything like that?
Being not trained in the arcane arts, or well, rumors persist that they do have magical properties. Yes, if you believe in that kind of thing.
Oh, I believe in magic.
It's like mages standing everywhere.
You believe in magic. Well, if you believe that it wasn't just a load of bullshit and they were just really nice looking silverite daggers.
Okay, they don't just look fancy. Okay, I'm going to try and use them instead. Take another moment to aim and then try again.
Okay.
You can do it.
Good luck.
Go, go, go.
Good. Not as good as last time. 14.
Did you remember to add a focus?
Yeah. Oh, I don't have any focuses in dexterity.
Dexterity focuses. Should be. Do you have daggers? Not daggers. Light blades.
No, I don't have that. I've just got initiative focus.
What? You don't have light blades in focus? My God, what kind of a rogue are you? Yeah, unfortunately, as you throw Brynn's dagger,
One that
it glides right over the Howler. Then again, the Howler is actually outnumbered, so that is a +2 as well. So you actually managed to strike it. I always forget about those. Cool. Roll damage.
Is that with both?
Both of them? No, just the one dagger.
Okay. 5.
5, nice. The dagger, instead of going through it or around it, it actually sticks into the spectral beast's side.
Brynn, I love you.
Oh, bless. Cool. The next the demon's turn. Oh, dearie me. That's going to be something. Gosh. I love playing out overpowered characters. They're amazing. Cool. Yeah, that'll
great.
I'm a massive fan.
Executioner style grace. The dragon runs towards the Howler with daggers in hands. Does a forward flip and then catapults into the air to come down with both daggers down onto the Howler's head. The resulting explosion or backwash from the spectral beast dying causes everyone to be knocked on their asses as the Fade creature just disintegrates completely. All of its energy has just been expelled all at once, leaving the whole scene rather quiet. All you hear is the panting of very tired combatants, the unfurling of arms from the mages who'd been watching this, waiting for a command to join in. The dragon next walks over to let's see, that would be Lenara, who has been knocked back on her ass again, and offers her a hand, a gauntleted hand.
I'm not going to take it. I'm going to stand up and ignore the hand.
There's this awkward moment before she takes it back. Cocks her head to one side again, always cocking her head to one side, curious, studying, and then looks back at the door. Well, that didn't work. Seems like we'll have to take the long way around. Mount the horses.
You actually thought that would work. Sometimes you're quite dense.
It's almost like they expect you to go in the front door.
Well, they did. Sometimes there is only a matter of trying, you know? In any case, thank you for helping with the Warhammer. I would not known how to deal with it if you hadn't stepped in and, well, played experimental Nug, I guess. It was quite amusing to watch you at play.
As was watching you getting knocked on your ass, so that's fine, I guess.
Yes, that's a sight I'd like to see again.
She just looks at you through the mask. You've never seen her face, by the way. Just looking at you without saying a sound, and then turning away, and then jumping onto her steed. The other remaining mages, all 4 of them, get on their steeds as well before the dragon turns to them and says, "You two, stay here. They may come back out this way. The rest of us shall go on ahead and try and find another entrance." They didn't simply go in there because they wanted sanctuary. This is a path. There will be another entrance or exit. We are going to find it, and we are going to find them. They are traveling underground, which means they probably won't be able to use their horses. We have an advantage. We need to press it. So gather yourselves quickly. We haven't got any time to lose.
Before we mount up again, I'm going to give Allegra the health potion that I have.
Sure.
Thank you.
Do you use the health potion?
I think I should, because I'm quite low.
Do it! Do it.
How much health was it?
What type of a health potion is it?
Was it a D6?
I just had health potion written down, so it was probably the same kind of one you used on me.
Go for the standard 2d6 then. You're marking these off, right, as being used?
Yes.
That's the worst roll of the day. Fucking hell.
What do you get, 2?
3.
See, now, there's always the potential. There's someone that could get a 2.
Oh well. At least I have far more hit points.
Oh dear me. Awesome. Do you guys follow the dragon and his two guards?
Do we? Or we are? Well, I was going to.
I doubt we have much of a choice. So
Kind of contractually obliged to, you know.
Yep.
I was going to say my first plan would be go the other way, but did she say we have to follow?
Yep.
She was talking to someone else.
She was talking to you guys.
No.
oh bugger. Let's go then, I guess.
Probably better here to play nice.
Ah,
It's
poor
better for our
thing, you.
health, if nothing else.
The path around the barrow of Dirthaman is still green, still very foresty. So the way is remarkably slow going, but you can still go faster than if you were on foot. You reach a cleft in the ground. It's like almost like a pathway, except it seems like it used to be a river of some kind. But before you go any further, one of the mages has an arrow launched into his shoulder. He summons a barrier to prevent any other attacks. And the demon calls a halt. The demon. I've got to stop calling him that. The dragon. She's not a demon, okay? I can promise you that.
Are you sure?
Well, if
really
she was,
sure?
the cat's out of the bag now. That'd be something, wouldn't it? It's all demons and blood magic. Ah!
No, we're in Kirkwall.
Oh no!
You can't trust anybody. Nobody. The dragon gets off her horse and hides behind it quite almost lazily. Dalish, looking at the arrow sticking still out of the mage's shoulder. Would you mind passing me that, please? The mage, looking down at the arrow, the longbow arrow, sticking out of his armor, with a grunt removes it and then tosses it idly to the dragon, who studies it. Curious. This is the arrow of a hunter. Usually quite peaceful, Dalish, I would have thought. Must be protecting something. Or somebody. Well, they must have a camp nearby, probably further north. Or east. Okay. She says something into Vinta that sounds like burn them out. Tavine, sorry. Before turning to you guys and saying, I want you to take the fight to their camp. I want you to burn everything, ravage them, make it so that they are going to have to flee if they want to stay alive. I want you to go after the children. They're old, they're infirm, and I want you to set fire to all of their food stocks. Then they should flee and leave us in peace. Meanwhile, and just as she says this, the other two mages cast rather large and intimidating fireballs into the trees, which starts a forest fire.
The arrow came from the tree direction rather than the temple direction.
Yeah.
Out into the woods, right?
Mm-hmm. You are well beyond the temple entrance now. You're around the back of it. You're going on top of this structure that you saw the entrance to.
How big is the temple that we're talking about? Like
unknown.
Oh, okay.
It's I say it's more like a barrow. It's underground.
Okay.
I will not kill children. If you want children slaughtered, then you're going to have to do it yourself.
Yes, very well. Just scare them off, would you? I'm assuming you can be intimidating.
Moving and disarming we can do.
Yeah.
And I move us along before it turns bad.
Bad.
I show Lenora again. It's like, let's just go.
Oh, cool. So you guys follow the path north and east, yes?
Yes.
Awesome. As you do that, you're taken away from the fight, and suddenly the forest is roaring with burning foliage as the Tevinton mages lay waste to everything in sight. Instead of simply trying to fight the Dalish on their own terms, they're essentially going to burn down the entire forest. That's probably burning through their mana, but that's the way they work. Meanwhile, your path takes you a bit away from the carnage and up and around a very small traveling path before you can see what looks like tents in the distance. Before you get there, however, let's see now, shall we?
We're still riding?
Yes. I do believe the person would be... Yes, Maria takes an arrow. Yep, you take 7 damage as a longbow shaft strikes you in the thigh.
I'm going to say I don't want to make any attempt to be looking stealthy.
Can
and
I...
that, put all my hands in the air.
Cool. Would you guys like
Do
to...
I have time to heal myself again? I'm assuming no. Oh, I do. Okay, good. I'm going to use 2 mana points again.
I'm going to throw my hands up in the air,
12.
assuming they've got very good visuals on us, and say, we're not the ones coming to fight you, we're the ones coming to try and stop this turning into a bloodbath.
Okay. I now have 18 health points.
Excellent. Well done, considering where you were 5 minutes ago.
Okay, right.
Slightly, tiny bit better than me.
Yeah, Maria. Becca, would you like to roll some persuasion rolls, please? It's going to be... Let's see, persuasion is communication.
Oh a whole 8.
Yeah, you probably say the F word a few many times or something, and add like knife ears by accident. I don't know.
I would not.
Do you have any talents which could allow you to re-roll? By the way, I keep forgetting to ask this.
Literally only seduction.
That is your only talent.
You're gonna show a bit of leg from a
way out of
distance.
an arrow.
That is this fantastic image. Every time you get into trouble, you show a bit of thigh. You know, just. I realize you're intent on killing us, but maybe I could show you some.
Maybe I can persuade you not to.
The fact is that it's actually worked far more times than I am comfortable with. Right. Oh, Corythius, you want to end the world? Have you seen my ankle? Yeah, it's gonna be an initiative, please.
Oh, Jesus.
Unless you want to refuse combat.
You don't even know how many
actually, I'm not involving myself in this.
Because
I'm not fighting anyone.
The other two could actually try a persuasion.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw up my hands as well. And go, like, we don't want you any harm.
Hey,
we're not here to hurt you. The people that are going to hurt you are back there, setting fire to your forest. You need to run.
The persuasion roll for those two, please. That's going to be for one for Anna and one for Tilda.
10? Wait, that's communication, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, 10.
13.
13. Nice. Did you get higher, Anna?
13 was mine.
Yeah, I got 10.
You guys all sound the same, you know? Groovy. There's something about the sincerity in your voice which draws 2 of the Dalish hunters out from the woods.
That elven charm work.
Yeah.
I'll show them my ankle.
Oh! Gosh. They're looking at each other occasionally. Their arrows are very ready to plunge into your chests. One of them is looking you over gradually. Why strange words coming from Shem? So you're not working for them?
Only against our will.
So you're slaves? Is that what you're saying?
Slaves to a contract in a way.
Mercenaries?
Well, that depends. All that really matters right now is that you are all in terrible danger.
No kidding. First we lose our keeper and now this.
Your
okay.
Keeper?
Well, we have technically two. It's just one decided to go in the temple with our best warriors and the other one refuses to leave without them. So this is all going horribly wrong.
So when you say lost, you don't mean was killed. You mean you literally lost them.
They went inside and they didn't come out.
Is now the time? Perhaps we should move.
Yes.
Away from fire.
All right. Well, you did what you came to do. We'll pack up and leave. Thanks for the warning, Shem. The two Dalish back off warily, looking at you as they're leaving. What you wanna do now?
I'm gonna start riding off towards where I think the exit on that barrow might be, because fuck going back to dragon bitch.
Actually, riding.
I do not like that.
Yeah.
Those the direction where those tents were starts to. Well, you hear lots of screaming.
No, I'm turning around.
I'm going to, while she starts moving, remove that arrow from my leg. Just saying.
Yes, that is an ouch moment.
Wait, like the kind of screaming as in people are being killed screaming, or just sort of people are panicking because they have to leave so suddenly kind of screaming?
Good question. This genuinely feels like screaming because they're dying. Ouch, please stop stabbing me. Screaming.
Okay, I'm going to ride towards that.
Yeah.
Let's move towards the fighting. Yes, this is the plan.
Well, I guess we're going.
The tents that you saw from farther away are actually the topper halves of these aravels. You've probably seen them sometimes before. The Dalish use them exclusively. Rather large caravan type vehicles with very ornate woodwork, usually ironbark or some other material that only they can actually produce. Everything's on fire. Everything is blood-stricken, and there are corpses everywhere. Some missing limbs, some pointlessly missing eyes and things. The two mages that you saw before are currently firing fireballs off of some trees that are further north, while in the center of all of this, right next to one of the aravels, the aravel's knocked over, but its main support beam is sticking up. And tied from this, hanging upside down, with rope going through his legs, through the actual calf meat before going back up, is what looks like an older elf. He's currently missing both of his arms from the elbows down, although the wounds have been very skillfully sewn up or sutured. He's moaning and screaming and bawling and something in Elvish, while the demon, the Nex, the dragon, is standing in front of him, toying with a rather wicked set of knives.
Can I fire an arcane lance at the rope and try and snap it?
It's gonna be a tough shot, but you can certainly have a crack at it. You're using magic instead of dexterity, though, so you probably could pull it off.
Hopefully. 17.
Nice. I don't think I'll make you roll damage when it counts, as it should be. The crackling of blue light snaps off from the edge of your staff before cutting straight through the rope. What you presume to be the keeper, judging by all of the fetishes and the outfit, falling to the ground in a screaming hump. Makes a lot more bawling sounds. The dragon, however, looks at this, snaps a look at you with what you could presume to be anger.
I'm going to hold my staff in front of myself. Just
If the assassin decided to attack you, it doesn't make any move to do so. Instead, it flips the knife around in its hand and brings it down on the keeper's throat, putting an end to his suffering. Then, without much of any kind of any sign of being intimidated by your shot, comes over to you. Well, it seems like I had very quick communication with our friend there, and I have everything I need.
You go too far. There was no guarantee that they were helping. They just were nearby.
What kind of a mercenary are you exactly? I thought the stags were a bunch of merciless killers for hire. What I get are orphaned children and naive innocents. I wouldn't worry. After your first two, you start to get used to the whole ordeal of doing what needs to be done. In fact, you can actually grow to enjoy it. So I've heard.
We do what needs to be done. This is merciless and pointless.
Yes.
Exactly.
Possibly.
You're destroying their lives for absolutely no reason. I may not be the biggest fan of the Dalish, but this is... You've gone too far.
And yet there is no one here to stop me. I presume that when I have gone too far, then the natural order of things will try and put something in my way. As it stands, I have been unopposed by anything of quality. I can only determine that by fate and by virtue, I am on the right course. And let me make myself extremely clear here.
How arrogant can you possibly be?
Exceptionally. But arrogance belies that I actually don't have any reason to be thus. You could call it confidence, considering that I am, in fact, correct. My master's wishes are all that matters to me, and since I am the one who is paying your wages, my wishes should be the only thing that matters to you. Or do we have a problem?
I'm just going to...
Explain to me why, following the elf who just walked into the temple, you're destroying a camp next to it.
They were in my way.
I'm going to, get off the horse and walk away and look for people that need help.
Cool. Your search to try and find someone who is still alive is horrendous because all you seem to find are not just bodies, but horribly mutilated and grief-stricken corpses. We're not just talking hunters now, we're talking children. Just an entire Dalish camp has been extinguished by the hands of this one person and his two mages. Whatever lives these people were going to lead has been stopped.
Look, go find a quiet place to throw up.
I love that. What do the others do? They're going to look at each other and say, reminds me of Ravane, you know what I'm saying?
Smells like
Ravane. Yeah. Something about that stale piss and vomit, it's really nice.
I assume I've seen similar things within the crows, so I'm not two-faced, but I'm just muttering under my breath and just cursing these fucking vints.
Well, I don't know. The crows are clean, almost artistic in their approach to assassination. This is just malicious cruelty.
Yeah, it doesn't faze me that much that it's like dead bodies, but I am visibly very angry, but I'm not trying to confront the dragon because that's gonna go fucking off.
I'm trying very desperately to tell myself that would be a bad idea.
So conflicted right now.
Slight metagaming here. It's like I would totally kick that guy's ass. I need more XP first, though.
Well, Allegra is smart enough to realize that she won't stand a chance against this person. So if she's gonna kill next, it's gonna be subterfuge and trying to catch her unawares.
Yeah. After a moment's respite, the dragon gets back on her horse, and the mages do the same. Come along, she says, as if nothing's happened. The hunt still remains, and we are getting closer. The information the Keeper gave me is vital. It seems like the Dalish are searching some sort of artifact in this temple to Dirthaman and Falondine, some elvish deities I could care less of. Still, it does mean that it's a one-way journey, and our quarry should be emerging from the northern entrance anytime soon. Shall we?
I turn to find where Lenara went to.
Yeah, same.
Somewhat disregarding the let's get moving.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business.
No.
To hunt the between. Lenara probably appears by now, I would hope. Lenara, are we playing a game of hide and
sorry.
seek? Okay.
Yeah, I'm done being horrified by everything. Well, not done, but I will walk back towards where we were, looking very, very, very upset and grumpy.
Slightly perturbed.
Just slightly.
Groovy. As you guys mount up, quite disgruntled by the whole thing. The smell is clawing up your nose. Between the fire and the fresh blood and the smell of bodies, this is turning out to be a pretty terrible day. The dragon leads you down the forest path. There are no more attacks from the Dalish as far as you can tell. However, as you reach the twist of a turning on the left, you're actually seeing what looks like the other end. There are more statues around this courtyard in front of another entrance, which leads off to the north. And the information you were giving was correct. This whole temple seems to be from A to B. It is indeed some sort of homage or pilgrimage to the legendary journey of Dirtham and his trying to find his twin brother Falondine. As you twist around the corner, however, you run slap bang into a pack of very annoyed Dalish warriors coming in the opposite direction. Who have passed every stealth roll I have asked them to make. However, they don't look like they're very much ready for a fight. They raise, there's a good 7 of them, and what looks like the other keeper is at the front, and she's got a broken nose and some blood coming out of it. She looks very angry, and she looks up, and there's this whole moment where you three, the other 2 mages, and the dragon, are looking down at these Dalish all ready to start firing deadly arrows. There's this very awkward stalemate where no one dares to move. Then the keeper, who's at the front, is a young elvish female, puts a hand up and then does a gesture. Suddenly the bows start lowering very slowly. You're hunting the others, aren't you? The ones who entered the temple with us. Is this correct? The dragon nods very, very, very quickly, although you can see that her hands are stroking the daggers at her sides. Excellent. I want to help you. You are pursuing the Fate Swain, you know this. Yes? Excellent. Good. Then I will help you, as long as you promise to save my brother for me. I desire him as a pet. Your brother? I'm sorry, I don't think we're acquainted. My name is Lenan. My brother, Telan, is among the Fate Swain. We have had a disagreement, unfortunately, about the past and about the morality of memory loss. Needless to say, I ended the conversation a little worse for wear. She's still fingering the nose. They stole something from me that is of great value to the Dalish and offended us greatly. If I help you pursue this, I would be very much ingratiated by the returning of this artifact. And if you gave me my brother, the rest you can kill or keep as you please. That sounds very generous. What can you do for us? The keeper starts coming forward with her Dalish warriors. So they are actually forming a little tight semicircle around you all. The whole area becomes quite claustrophobic for a second. You can't help but notice that you're on this path, and then the walls go up slightly, and then into woods. So you have the way forward, you got the way back. Apart from that, it's open forest land. If you agree to my terms, then I can tell you exactly what you need to complete your hunt. Very well, says the dragon. What do I need? Ah, says Lenan, the keeper, as she gets closer to you three. You have everything you need right here. In fact, I'm rather embarrassed to say it was right under your nose the whole time. She raises her hand ever so slightly towards you three, and then you see a little faint blue light between her fingertips. Maria, you know that tattoo you have? The one of the compass?
Yes.
Oh.
It starts burning on your chest as it reacts to the magic. A very faint lyrium blue as the compass hand starts, for the first time you've ever seen it, moving right in front of everyone. Where is it on your
face?
That's the one, isn't it? It's the one on your eye. You actually have to put a hand up in the way because it feels so strange. And yet, despite the fact that your hand is there, people can still see the lyrium burning through the hand.
Oh, that's unpleasant.
You have one of them amongst you, and they're all connected. You have this very horrible, awkward moment. A 7 Dalish, the keeper, the 2 mages, the dragon, all turn around to look at you. And then Lenan says, all you need is her blood. Or if you like, you can kill her and take the Fate Twain for yourself. And then you'll know instantly where the rest of them are. At least I can teach you. Do we have a deal?
I'm going to point out this sounds sketchy.
The dragon dismounts his horse, walks over to where Lenan is. You notice both of them are the same height. Though, well, the dragon is quite a little bit taller. It never occurred to you before, but the dragon might actually be elvish herself. So that's a bit of a moot point at the moment because she's very slowly drawing one of her daggers out. You have an arrangement. And then flicks a wrist. Dagger flies straight through the air.
Ah.
Oh, wow.
That's not
Don't
a good
do
look.
that. Oh, good God.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
You close your eyes as this gleaming silver-eyed dagger glides through the air with a whistling noise. And then nothing seems to happen. There's a little gasp. And as you open your eyes, to the others, you don't even see this happening. It's just like in the blink of an eye. As Allegra opens her eyes, sorry, Maria, open your eyes. The dagger is just literally the pinprick of the dagger is pressed against your temple, just here, like this. Blood is actually starting to drip down, warm and unbidden. The dagger is held ever so slightly by another figure who's quite crooked in his very dance-like posture. And as you turn to your left, you look at this figure straight in the face. And this figure is clad completely in what can only be described as a harlequin outfit. There's another freaking mask. Another masked figure with this really creepily smiling face plate kind of looks at you. Doesn't say a thing. Takes the dagger, flips it, and throws it straight back at the dragon, at which point the dagger plunges into the dragon's shoulder pad and he's span off his feet, lands to the ground. The the Harlequin, who is balanced perfectly on your horse, backflips off and throws another dagger, which hits one of the mages straight in the throat. It quite playfully turns around to you and goes,
He would be pulling the horse back already.
what would you like to do?
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, run. Go.
Which direction would you like to go in and why? You've got no time to think about it. Just go. Pick a direction.
Back towards the entrance of the thing.
First person's made a decision.
Yeah.
Do you guys follow her?
Yep.
Yep.
Awesome. You three start racing back south. Do you stick to the path or do you try and go across country?
The quickest route that's safest for the horses because we need them not to break their ankles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding, right? Well, you can't have both because the path isn't the quickest route, and it's known.
The
You can already
open
see behind you that someone's pursuing, but the route that's shortest is a slight risk to the horses, but it's quicker.
It's up to you because we're following you.
Yeah, Mariah. the fifth fate swain.
The openest route, the one that the horses are safest on, that we're more likely to get distance.
Yeah. So you go full pell-mell with your horses on that path, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. Would you mind rolling an animal handling check, please?
Oh God.
It's a footpath. Come on.
What could go wrong?
14!
My dice could go wrong. Let's see.
Yeah, my dice went wrong too. 8.
Actually, that's not too bad.
Quick,
are there any
use
more?
the horse!
I'll
That's
show the
13.
horse my ankle.
You're really bad with your horses.
What was that? 8 was that?
Yep. Is there
Yep.
another inconvenient branch?
Oh, really, Smack?
Coming out of nowhere.
That would be hilarious.
Oh no, I got one
Bad,
better
but
for you this time.
hilarious.
I got one better for you this time. Okay, you actually, Lenara ducks skillfully as a branch almost knocks her off the horse. At which point she comes up and goes, "Ah!" And suddenly her horse puts its foot in a rabbit hole, and the whole thing falls forward on itself. Luckily, the horse takes the brunt of the fall.
Oh.
You take a total of 1 damage.
Oh, the horse. Oh,
Poor horsey. Don't do
this
that.
is so sad. I'm actually quite good at horse riding.
Um, I never thought of this. Actually, yeah, you are, aren't you? However, it's probably saved your life because you feel the heat wash of a fireball going overhead as the 2 mages that were left behind back at the southern entrance are actually raiding towards you. So now you have people coming towards you from the south and the north. And your mage, your healer mage, is currently on her ass on the floor, and the horse next to her has broken its leg.
Yeah.
I turned
Can
my
I
horse
heal the
around
horse?
and tried to drag her up on
heal the
mine.
horse? Can I cast Rejuvenate on the horse?
Of course you can. Although,
Broken bone.
sure, go for
Can
it.
I don't know. Does it fix broken bones? Is there any point doing this?
Rejuvenate it fixes it over time.
Oh,
Rejuvenate is basically healing over time. It's just a constant
Yeah.
replacement.
oh,
We don't have
okay.
time for that. Get on my horse.
No, we don't. I'm getting on, getting on the Allegra's horse. Oh God, I feel really bad.
Get on my horse. My horse is amazing. What? What was that,
Turn
Becca?
off the path if they're coming from both directions.
Yes. Which way though?
Yep.
East or west?
Away
As I'm
from
getting
the
on Allegra's horse, can I flame blast the 2 mages
Oh,
that were
please
waiting
do.
by the entrance?
Actually, they're a bit further away. The heat blast wouldn't hit them.
Ah, damn.
Set 5 to the path.
That is, you could do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Go on. That's just going to be casting the spell then.
Just don't fub your roll this time.
11, which doesn't meet the thing. Hang
No!
on.
Do you remember to add your focus if you have primal magic?
I
As a
don't have
focus?
any focuses in magic, so I
Shucks.
failed that.
Ah, so
I'm gonna blame that on being sad about the horse.
Yeah, you're distracted. You can't stop thinking. The horse is still crying and screaming, and it's putting you off. However, you do manage to get on the horse to Allegra, and both of you run. Which I think it was Mireia who was leading. Do you go east or west? Do you go over the temple mound, or do you go east towards the pastures there? Actually, it's probably heading towards the swamp, if I'm honest. It's the Ghislaine Plains.
Okay, plains or towards the temple.
You're going to go over the temple?
Yeah.
Groovy. Awesome. In that case, as you're riding west, you go up on top of the mound itself. The two horsemen from the south are still chasing after you, firing very intense fireballs into the sky.
When are they going to run out of mana?
These guys are fully trained battle mages a la Tevinter. They're actually quite high-level elites. So, I don't know, 5 minutes? Allegra. Actually, no, it would be Mireia. Mireia, do you have... What's your defense?
I have light armor.
So, that plus your dexterity, that's going to be, what, roughly 14, 15?
I have just the defense score. I have 13.
Yeah, 13. Yep. You take a total of 8 damage, deducting your armor from that. Gosh, my camera's gone really weird.
Oh, minus my armor.
Yep.
Okay. Not much, but okay.
Hey, every little helps, right? The 2 fireballs come down in a wash of heat next to where you are, burning your arms as you're riding along. They seem to be aiming at you particularly. You don't know how they've managed it, but somehow they've gotten the message back to the other 2. Some Tevinter nasty magics or something. Regardless, as you're riding west, you go over the mound. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Mireia disappears.
Oh god.
Shit.
The earth has swallowed me.
Yes, the earth has had enough of your bullshit, has eaten you whole. The temple which lies underneath this mound has been overgrown completely. Like whatever structural integrity it had is gone completely. And here are you two thundering over it in your horses. So when Mireia goes over a hotspot, literally the horse just thunk gone. Roll animal handling, Allegra.
Oh shit.
That might be the last thing you say before you disappear from screen as well.
Oh goodness. That is, let's see. 10, 40, 17.
Nice. That is very good. Congratulations. You did something I didn't want you to. I'm going to do this from your perspective, actually. You see the horse with Mireia falling into the darkness. The light, obviously, because the sun's quite high.
Oh my god,
it was dark, wasn't it? It was actually dark. So the moonlight shining down shows a reflective surface, and then you hear an impact as the horse with Mireia on it still hitting the water.
Ah.
So she's probably alive. Difficult
Water
to say.
under the ground.
Like how long was she falling for? How long was there silence for?
It was from between like them disappearing and them hitting the ground was about 12 seconds.
Ah, that's
Water gets hard in that height. Oh, ow.
Okay, I'm gonna get off the
To be fair,
horse.
it mostly hit the horse, but I don't feel good about that either.
We're really bad with horses. Jesus Christ. I'm going to get off the horse and I'm going to go over to the hole, saying kind of low to the ground.
I think at some point shortly before I fell in the hole and had just been hit by fire blasts, I was shouting over my shoulder, "Please heat!"
I'm going to lean over and shout, "Mireia, are you okay?"
Your voice echoes distinctly. It's quite hard to hear any reverb though. Through the silence, actually, let's do this way. Becca, would you mind rolling a swimming check, please?
I so nearly gave myself focus in that. I did roll a double 6 though.
It's just the Constitution. You got a double 6 on your Constitution check.
Yep.
Nice.
15.
I just have one thing to do first.
Is there something in the water? Oh my god.
Oh, I like that. I like that idea.
Give him ideas.
No.
Sorry, never give the GM ideas. That's bad for you.
This isn't D&D, sadly, so that wouldn't be like, oh, you just stumbled across an ancient dragon. Whoopsie daisy. That was 7 damage as you hit the water, by the way. Your armor deducts from that, however.
Okay.
Because I literally rolled the bare minimum on the dice. However, the horse...
That's good.
The horse is fine as well. Cool. Yes, so she can reply.
Just.
Can you see a shoreline or a way out?
Can I start swimming for anything? Just a second while I hang up on that.
Tell him you're doing something important.
/ ignore it. Okay. Yes, do I see anything?
No, it's pitch black. Totally pitch black.
No, not really much of anything.
There actually feels like there's a current. So as you're floating there in the water, you feel like you're drifting away from the hole above you. Moving slightly away.
Wait, it's dark outside, isn't it? So there will be some very small light.
Yes.
It's moving. It's a river or something, but I'm drifting somewhere and I can't see a thing.
I'm jumping through the hole.
Oh bless! You're jumping in. Okay.
Like diving, trying not to just fall
you
through.
Like huge, so it's.
I can't believe this. Okay, fine. As a very very long fall, you take 6 damage as you hit the water.
Okay.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I mean, at least they won't look for us.
I mean, there's a large horse-shaped hole in the ground, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
It's like Looney Tunes style with the
Oh god.
Is the horse with me? Is it like still swimming?
Did you run in midair for a second before you fell through the hole?
Can't seem to get any traction.
Whoa, oops.
Ingrid, did you get any more Pepsi? She can't hear me. She's artsing.
Can I look behind and see can I see the mages that were pursuing us?
Yeah.
Do they seem to have noticed that one of the horses is gone?
Would you actually mind rolling a dexterity check, please?
That's fireballs coming for me, aren't they?
Plus 2 if you have acrobatics.
That is actually, let's see, what is that? That is 18.
Nice! As you turn around, you just managed to sidestep the fireball, which flies past you, singeing the hair on your eyebrows as it goes past and explodes in the trees behind you. They're actually only around 60 or so yards behind you and gaining quick.
Oh dear.
I guess we're doing this. I just pull my stuff off from the horse and jump into the hole.
Do you leave the horse behind?
Yep.
Cool. Otherwise,
drag the horse through the hole.
Yeah, no.
I'm trying to find where Lenara is and trying to splash my way to her and get hold of her.
Yeah. Calling out in the dark.
Cool.
Maria, where are you?
Great. For the sake of it, I say you find each other. I mean, there's moonlight coming down at least, so it's not impossible. Besides, you're making a hell of a lot of noise, so just listen to the sound of my soothing voice.
As a mage, can I cast any sort of are they called mage lights or something? I can't remember. Can I do that?
There's no rules for it because the rules are largely borrowed from the combat system in Dragon Age. There are a few extra bits and bobs taken from the age system, but for the sake of
spell wisp.
coolness,
I don't have it.
No,
it's
but
a thing, but I don't have it.
I would think that it is a very basic spell for a mage to do, because there's always something, you know, making sparks fly from your hands, dropping dice on the floor like a numpty. So if you roll just a basic magic skill check.
Oh. 15.
Yeah, easily. You can create your light from your hand in any kind of fashion you like, basically, as long as it doesn't leave your body.
Okay. Just keep my hand above the water then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Swim along one-handed.
Give yourself a Gloria.
Expelliarmus. Yes. Suddenly, as you two find each other, there is a sploosh as Allegra comes to join you, carrying a heck of a lot of materials as well. In fact, Allegra, would you mind rolling a Constitution check, please? Consider you're carrying your weight in gear.
Shit.
Don't we have backpacks?
Yep, pretty much.
Should I do one too?
No, you're not carrying stuff.
9.
So, 9.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yes.
You have a choice. You can either take some like splutter damage, or you can drop some of the gear, like your backpack.
Now I'm gonna hold on to stuff. I figure we're gonna need
Can
it.
I help her?
Yeah, of course. You can go over and help her, but first, she takes 6 damage as she struggles to stay afloat and keep her. Get some water in her lungs. That just represents the increasing danger of drowning. But yeah, as you're in the dark, you're in the water. You're inside what seems to be some sort of underground river, and the current is very lazily taking you somewhere. There's a horse down there with you that seems very unhappy with the whole thing.
Oh god.
Can I, like, pull myself towards the horse, which
Yes.
also has my bag attached?
Thanks to a certain blue radiant light coming from Lenara's hand, you can actually make out the eroded sides of the river that you're in. And there's actually a path on the right-hand side that seems to have been at one point carved from the rock, but has since been quite eroded by passing of water. However, you can, with some effort, get out of the water and onto it.
How far
Let's
away?
do that.
This river itself is about the size of a dual carriageway.
But
So
fairly
you're
slow moving.
Yeah. It's a very lazy river. Doesn't seem to be going like on a decline. However, you can almost hear the sound of what sounds like a waterfall.
Yeah.
Let's get out of the water, shall we?
Pulling towards the path.
What's
Grab
that?
the horse and start paddling towards the path. Just shift it in the.
Do an
Make it
animal
stop.
handling because it's quite stressed at the moment.
I just remembered that I've been forgetting to add the +2 healing to everything I've done, so I'm going to do that from now on.
Good for you. What was that?
9.
9. You don't manage to keep the horse under control. You're faced with a bit of a choice, actually. You can either stay in the water and try and wrestle the horse out, which is going to take longer and you're going to get colder in the water, or you can leave it to its own devices and just take its kit.
I have a rope attached to my bag. Can I just sort of get out the water and pull on the rope?
Yes, though it's going to be a bit of a trial to get the rope around the horse.
Attached to, like, the saddle.
Oh, is it attached to the saddle?
Well, it's attached to my
I
bag,
suppose it might be a strength check, though.
which is attached to the saddle.
Can we all help?
Yes. Why not? Let's do this. So
Teamwork.
We want to
Lenara,
take one of these horses
Let's
down.
do this.
Lenara trails the rope from this horse's saddle.
It's now a
And-
glorified pack horse because
Pretty much. Billy the pack horse.
take turns riding it.
Oh gosh. And all 3 of you take hand of the rope, which is thankfully quite dry enough for you to use. You wouldn't mind taking a collective strength check, please?
Ooh.
Got a double
13.
3.
Holy shit.
11,
So you got the
12.
highest.
Oh wait, no. Yeah. No,
9.
13.
You got 13?
I did.
12 and a
I'm a
double.
weirdly strong mage.
I think it's something to do with being inspired by the death of your own horse. You are really giving it everything.
So determined.
Yeah.
We must save this one.
You got 13 as your highest, then +4 for the help. Between all three of you digging your heels in and dragging this stupid horse to the edge of the thing, it hops out and shivering stands there for a second. You can see it's panting and breathing. Just above you, however, you can see what looks like some silhouettes looking over the hole, and you can hear people talking intervene.
Yeah, I'm trying to calm the horse, stroking its nose and not talking loudly.
I'll try to shield the light from coming from Lenara's hands and from the hole.
Yeah.
Just gonna turn the light off. Like, I'm just going there.
Good idea.
Cool. Groovy, do you guys want to follow the river down or follow the river up? It seems to be going in much the same direction as before. One way's going north, one way's going south.
Did we see any signs of a river like outside, or it's just an underground river?
No, it's completely underground. Whether it's part of the temple or not is yet to be seen. Sorry?
Only what used to be a stream on the path.
Yeah, well, like I say, the path you're on at the side seems to have been man-made at some point, but erosion over the years has really decayed it, makes it look a bit more naturally made.
I mean, for no particular reason, I would pick to follow the river and go. That was going north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it going down though, like down and north underground?
It seems to be going down. Otherwise, that's the way the current's going. But the decline isn't very large.
But there is a waterfall, or is that just probably ripples? Well,
you seem to be able to hear some sort of water falling.
Let's go downstream and see where we end up, and if it's a dead end or we just keep going downwards, we can just track back up.
If does going upstream, would that take us back towards the elves and the dragon, or I've got the direction?
Most likely, yeah.
Technically, they're up above you, so that's academic.
Okay.
Going north would technically take you underneath them and then past them.
Yeah,
going
north
south,
feels like it's going further away because we were with them south.
If you can go south and try and somehow find a way of getting back in touch with the mercenary company, but you risk encountering the rest of the Tevinton forces, although they probably don't know what's happened. Maybe they do. The demon seems to have a way of the dragon seems to have a way of communicating with his fellows. Or you could go north and see how that goes for you.
Away from everything.
Away alone.
We're done. It's over.
Fighting off.
Safety seems to be north.
And doing it quietly.
Yeah. North, silently.
Cool.
Edging along the wall.
Groovy. In that case, it's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, perception seeing text, please. Each one of you can have a +2 because of Lenara's hand.
No, I turned it off.
A hand. Oh, but then you don't get the +2.
In the interest of stealth. I'm sorry, everyone.
I guess hearing does not apply.
40.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
11.
Cool. Yeah, no one has anything bad happen to them. Excellent behavior.
18 on my end.
Damn.
You solved all the world's problems in all one go. Congratulations, you've won. You've won the game.
My dice are all or nothing.
Oh, damn it! All or nothing. Cool. This travel north takes forever. It actually gets to the point where you need to sit down in the dark and rest.
Yes, please.
There's not been any sign of pursuit, and there's no sign of the surface. The air is thankfully quite clean, probably because of the water traveling, although it does smell rather pretty much like dead river kind of smell. You do make out the sound of something moving in the water. Thanks for that. However,
I'm sorry.
God damn.
Was north following the river like in the direction it's flowing, or was it going upstream?
Yes.
It is moving left and right. You get the impression that occasionally there's like some sort of hard rock that the river can't go through directly at the moment. But it is going, it hasn't taken a sharp turn to the point where you're confused of your general direction. It does seem to be traveling down slightly and ahead. You have actually passed 2 small waterfalls as well, where you're now convinced that this path is in fact been made by hands at some point, because there are steps going down the sides of the waterfall. If this is the part of the deep roads, there's no sign of it because there's no dwarfs, so there's no dwarven iconography or anything like that. The architecture seems different. Bless you. But yeah, you guys get to do some healing if you like. It's a full-on rest.
Yes, please.
Yeah. How does that work? What am I? Is it?
Not mistaken, it is 10 plus Constitution plus D6.
Ooh.
I need to double check
How
that.
long is this?
This is basically you resting for about 6 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we far enough away from them that we feel like confident doing that?
I mean, I assume we've walked for a few hours, several hours.
Well, you don't seem to be being pursued. You can't imagine anyone wanting to follow you.
And then have watchers.
Right, okay, so 10 plus...
6 hours of restful sleep restores 10 plus Constitution plus level in health.
Oh,
should
plus level. Damn it, I rolled well.
And
should we take watches, maybe?
That might be worse.
Yeah.
Actually, I should probably... Yeah, should we...
What level are we? We're level 3 now?
Yeah. Cool. How is everyone doing? I don't mind taking the first watch if you both need to sleep.
I was low on 8. So
I can take the first watch and you can sleep.
First.
That's fine by me.
And I can take over in the later hours.
I mean, as long as we all get... I'm on 11. So I don't know whether that's... as long as we all get...
29, so I should be fine.
Would you mind... who's doing the first watch?
I am.
Cool. Do you want to roll perception?
Yeah.
Hearing is probably your best one.
Come on, dice. Oh, hello. 9, 13, 17, 19.
Nice. Yeah, there is something in the water.
How far away from the water are we? Like, how wide is that path?
The path itself is a good 5 or 6 meters wide.
Okay.
Yes. But whatever this thing is, it doesn't seem to be wanting to come out of the water, which is probably good.
Yeah, don't go into the water.
No.
Don't disturb the water.
We cannot get out. But you don't notice anyone pursuing you. Who's taking the second watch?
Me? I think.
Yep, roll for it.
Yep. Oh dear. 8.
8. Interesting.
Oh, I have a bonus to hearing if that makes a difference.
You do, yes.
Hearing
that helps.
focus.
Awesome.
What does that add? Is that another +1?
Focus is always at +2.
Okay, so then 10.
10. That just basically means that you don't crap your pants as you are surprised by a rat.
Oh, great.
Which comes out of the darkness to the north and takes a great interest in your rations.
I'm going to kick it into the water.
Nice.
You hear it splashing around for a few seconds, squeaking before it suddenly goes flump.
Oh, just fed whatever was in the Oops.
It'll eat rats all the time if they're down here. It won't.
Yeah.
That won't. change
Sit back
anything?
down and keep an eye out for more rats to drop kick into the river.
Nice, nicely done. Eventually, you wake up, though it's still dark. Obviously, that's very disturbing. Do you continue on your journey?
Yeah. Hang on. Remind me of how much, like what the health thing was again, because I didn't do
10
that yet.
plus your constitution, plus your level in health. It also means, this is important, because you've taken a rest. It also means you can actually do a healing kit again, or I think rather a healing kit only works until you take damage again. That was it.
Okay.
You get your mana back as well, I think. Well, at least some of it.
Yeah, you
Is
get your magic plus your was it? I think you just get all your mana back. Let's just say that for now. I don't know why, but the mana.
Yeah, if I recall, you get all of your mana back when you get a full rest.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. I have 29 now. It's much
Otherwise,
better
it's
than
awful.
10.
Just when we wake up, take a moment of, I don't know, sensing anything. Is there a breeze? Is there sound? Is there anything that stands out as not just being the sound of a tunnel with water?
No.
Great. Awesome.
Well, it's got to lead somewhere.
I'm gonna say we got more chance at the big end than at the source.
Is it still going down?
Yes. And it seems to be going down sharper. The water actually is rushing a lot quicker. It's a bit of a foam buildup on the sides, actually.
Have we seen any sort of like tunnels leading off the side of the path, or any turnings or anything?
Nope, none.
And the
Gonna
path
keep
itself,
an eye out for them going forward, though.
the path's man-made, but there's nothing else on it. No marks, no anything.
It seems that at some point this entire area was filled with the water, probably during a winter or something when the ice melted on the mountains. But the walls have been eroded. So if there was any mosaics or anything like that could indicate who created it, it's long since gone. In fact, it's just very dreary and mud such as it is now. Cool.
Right.
Awesome. Now, to speed things along, this whole thing takes this travel, because you have no way of going back, takes approximately almost like 2 days. You're just traveling for 2 days in the dark. Yeah. So I don't know how much rations you have with you. Could you check that for me?
I didn't have anything written down, but I think we asked the quartermaster guy about food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think we got like
no idea
per person or something like that, if I recall.
I was going to presume that you're running a wee bit low now.
Most likely, yes.
You enter a rather large cavern. Just waiting for the camera to focus. Focus!
No.
Jesus, I'm just a blur.
Camera doesn't like you.
It doesn't like your face.
There we go. It just tries to look for a face. It's like, nope, all I see is a mess. Oh god, there's something wrong with this camera. You enter a cylindrical cavern, which you hear the water just falling into nothingness beneath you. And around this circular chamber, these pathways go around it and seem to climb upwards in a spiral going up. Daylight is breaching the top of this, although the daylight seems to be coming through a rather large canopy of trees above you. Beneath you, it just, the water flows into the dark.
Wait, a couple of days travel, would we have healed up?
Yep, you all have full health.
Okay.
Yay. Sweet. During
You're
that
also
2 days,
Huh?
did we see anything more of the thing in the river?
nothing.
And now the river's turned into like a big pool, or it's still a river flowing?
Well, the water drains off into this huge cavernous pit, and you're pretty much entering this cavern alongside this river. But
And that's-
the
The cavern is carved or natural?
the cavern is neatly carved. You can actually make out now that it seems to be not dwarvish in origin, but probably Tevinton. There are these
style of carving.
Yeah, it's very much linear and has a lot of draconian style spikes and dragon worship all over the place.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
Definitely from Tevinter.
Yes. It seems like at some point there was some sort of contraption here which took the water and used it to turn something. But long since then, it's all rusted. Now it's just this like spiderworks of metal in the area. The path that you're on, as I said, hugs the wall of this cylindrical tube going up all the way to the top.
How high up is the sort of opening, like the trees and stuff?
The opening is a good 20 flights, 20
Whoa.
floors of yeah. That's how deep down you've become.
2 days of traveling, yeah, that's.
You actually notice for the first time in true daylight that you're filthy. You are utterly filthy. You're covered in dirt, and yeah.
How's the horse doing?
The horse is a lot better than it was. It seems calmer. I mean, you being keeping it in good spirits has helped because it's probably more blind than you are in the dark. But it seems very eager to get out of here.
Well, I guess we're going up then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start following the path.
Slowly.
Would you guys like to do a perception check?
Testing the ground for unstable stuff. I want to make sure I'm not going to fall through anything.
That's actually quite wise. Go for it.
Yeah, I want to check for traps on the ground, on the stairs or path or whatever it is.
Not even traps, just like bad
Bad things.
No, I do. I just don't trust Tevinters.
Don't trust anything.
I don't trust that door.
Was this perception?
Yes.
11.
Okay, cool.
16.
For traps, or are we doing perception or what?
Well, you're doing traps. Everyone else is doing something else.
I'm just doing perception.
So that's 4 dice. That would not work. So is that dexterity for me?
Yes.
Because I also have the Fenrirel's tooth, which is +3 bonus.
Yes.
Okay.
What did you get?
Ooh, double 5. 16.
Double 5?
22.
22. No one's been here in almost for a good millennium, it feels like. The traps, nothing. Absolutely nothing. You can actually confirm without a shadow of a doubt there are no traps in this area.
Okay.
Isn't that good? Isn't that nice?
As we keep going up.
So comforting.
Yes. However, the other two, what did you get?
I got 11.
You got 11, yeah. Allegra, did you roll for anything?
Perception, just to see if there's anything to be aware of. I got a 16.
16. You don't notice any potential problems with the path. It seems to be solid rock. There are holes in the outer flanks of the rock where presumably some form of railings had been, but it's all been worn down. However, as you're looking around, you hear a chittering from far down.
Down below.
Yes, coming from where the water's flowing.
How far away from it are we now?
Because of the echo, it's hard to tell, but it's quite a loud noise for it to actually get over the sound of the flowing water.
Well, that can't be good.
Yeah, generally
I'm on full health.
Status aren't good. Generally, things above status aren't good. I mean, this isn't a good place to live.
Yeah, no. I'd say just let's get out of here quick as we can.
Cool. Do you guys start running up? Or start walking or whatever?
Briskly walking.
Walking at a brisk pace.
Yeah.
Speed walking up the hill.
Cool. As you're making your way up, you hear the chitter noise again. And looking over the edge, you can actually make out several shapes, dark figures, jumping up on the wall, clawing up. They're coming up. There's about 12 of them.
Oh! Can we tell what they are?
That's a tough one. I would say that you know instantly what they are because you've heard about them. Everyone knows what Darkspawn look like.
Great. Wonderful.
Oh.
What time of day is it? Is it daylight?
It seems to be midday.
Above us. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going until they get kind of like close enough for me to cast something at them.
Something burny.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
You actually get almost to the top when the first two catch up with you, and they pretty much jump one in front and one behind. The creatures up close, they seem very stealthy, very lithe and diseased. Their ears are quite long and pointy, and they essentially are very difficult to look at. They seem to be semi-camouflaged. They're very, very dark-skinned, and they actually hug any type of shadow or any elements around them, which make them blend in a bit more. They also have these very large chins, which have these fanged teeth coming out. Even as they come close, they screech in your face, making you feel quite disorientated.
Did you say there was one like had jumped in front of us,
Yes,
away from the edge, and then one behind us onto the path? Yes. Or okay. Can I cast Arcane Lance at the one in front of us?
You can roll initiative.
Yep.
That's also
how far behind? What?
Oh, it doesn't suck this time.
The other ones. Oh Jesus! That is literally the lowest I could roll.
Oh no!
My wife just gave me a lefse with cinnamon. Nom nom.
Oh.
That's
Becca. Oh dear.
Oh no.
That's an 8.
That's still really good. I only got 13 and I rolled kind of well.
14 for Lenara. Mireia
13.
got... Yep, 13 for Lenara.
Mireia got 8.
8. And Allegra?
12.
Oh god, you guys suck.
I told you.
We know. We're aware.
Worst heroes ever.
I was
like
just
the comedy
thinking
trio.
working for me, and then this happens.
Groovy. Okay. The sadly the shrieks get to go first.
Of course they do.
The first one. Who's in front, by the way?
I think I said I was going to start going up the path first, so
You
it's
did.
probably me.
But I was checking for traps, so possibly me.
Oh yeah.
You want to say it's Mireia?
I'd say
Yeah,
Mireia in
sounds
front
like it.
then, and Mireia,
Well, you-
Lenara, and
Yeah.
me at the back.
With the horse.
Cool.
Don't hurt the horse.
Protect the horse at all costs.
One saving grace from this mission. We saved one of them.
1 out of 3.
Hit
We're
you for
doing
17.
okay.
What?
Hit you for 17.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
Cool. And that's going to be 9 damage. Standard as well, so your armor deducts.
Okay.
And the one behind you attacks, I presume, Allegra.
Yep.
Or the horse.
Oh, the horse. Well, yeah, it could be the horse, actually. Would you like me to prefer to talk the horse? To attack the horse?
No.
How many hit points does a horse have?
Not enough. I have it here, actually. It's about 6. Meat shield. Yeah, that's going to be a 12 on Allegra. Does it hit you?
No, that
Actually-
misses actually. I got 13.
Sorry. I forgot to add the focus. It's actually 14.
Yeah, then it
Aw.
hits.
So that is just straight rolling against our defense.
Pretty much. That's going to be a 10 on damage.
Yep. So
Then the two shrieks that come up attacking you with these swords that seem to be part of their armor, arm blades, as they leap in and trying to gut you or try and keep you distracted while the 10 of the other ones are trying to catch up as quickly as possible. They're going to be there in about 4 rounds.
Okay.
Yep. So first up is Tilda.
Yeah. Okay. Arcane Lance, the one that was in front of me, that attacked Maria.
Yep. Go for it. Roll your magic.
19.
Do you get any doubles?
No.
Lame. Roll for damage.
Damage on Arcane Lance 1d6 plus 3, right? Oh.
It's 1d6 plus your magic, I think.
Oh, on my thing it says I have written down 1d6 plus 3.
Probably because your magic was originally 3.
Maybe. Oh yeah, yeah, maybe. So, 10.
Nice. Cool. So that's going to be your blast hits the shriek right in the chest, knocking it backwards a few meters. It almost falls off the edge, but manages to gather itself. Oh, Allegra, you've got a shriek on you.
I'm gonna move like around it to flank it.
Okay. So you're gonna have your back to the wall.
Are we still on the path? I thought we were like on the top of the thing. Okay, yeah, then
you're
back
near
to the
top.
wall.
You're actually very close to the top now. These have just been catching up with you. Had you ran, you probably would have made it without much problem.
Damn. Too cautious for our own good.
Don't trust the Brynns.
But yeah, I'm gonna swing at the one behind who came up to me. Oh, and I'm gonna use a minor action to enter defensive stance.
Cool.
Just to be sure. Oh shit. 11, 14.
Did you remember to add everything?
Yeah.
Cool. Unfortunately, this creature is far too quick for you. Your attacks just go completely wide.
Well, bugger.
Are you using dual wield, by the way?
Yep.
Remember, if you activate your dual wield style and you're like on a novice, you actually get +2 to your attack.
+2?
Sorry, +1.
It's a +1, yeah. I used it for defense instead.
Ah, fair enough. Cool. In that case, I was going to go down to the lowest of the low. Maria.
Yeah, I'm just attacking.
Can you seduce the darkspawn?
What?
I don't even
Show
want to
them
know.
your ankle.
I realize that you're here to kill us all, but have you seen my thigh?
My, your rags are looking very stylish. 13.
13. Again, did you remember to add all of the things?
Yes.
Then you miss. Your attacks sadly go completely wide as the shriek ducks and weaves and dances around your attacks.
Damn, and no doubles.
I know. Right, back to the top. The one attacking Maria.
Wait, did I get a bonus for it being flanked?
Technically no, but yeah, you are outnumbering it, so that would give you +1.
So 14.
Yes, still not enough, sadly.
Okay. Good to know.
Good to know. Yeah. It's going to be 17 to hit. Maria, actually, it's going to be going after the Lanara now. Oh, thank you.
Bring it on.
Since you did something.
Wow, my dice today are terrible. Terribly good. That's going to be 10 damage on you. And the one attacking Allegra. Just you wait. It's 11 plus 5. That's going to be 16.
Yep, that hits.
However, it's only 6 damage on you.
Oh.
Cool. And you hear the chitter-chatter of its other horde of followers getting ever closer.
The two that are attacking us,
Mm-hmm.
are they like lined up in any way, or are they like far apart with us between them?
They're pretty much like separated from each other. One's in front of you trying to block your path, and one's behind you trying to get on the other side of you.
Okay, I'm going to cast Winter's Grasp at one attacking Allegra.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, no, the one attacking Allegra.
Cool.
That's...
God
sorry,
damn,
I'm
Teresa.
so slow. 16.
16 on your casting roll.
Yeah.
Nice. What's my defense? What do I have to roll to try and defend against its attack? Do you know?
Winter's Grasp is Constitution.
Oh, that's not one of their fortes.
Ha ha ha.
What do I need to get again?
Spell power is 13, wasn't it?
Yeah, 13.
Yeah, no, I did not get that. Roll for damage.
Ooh, throwing dice everywhere. Ooh, I got double sixes. 15.
Ow!
Wait,
nice.
That's 3 dice, isn't it? Or is it? Hang on, no. Let me check that, because that seems like so much.
Winter's Grasp is a nasty spell. It only
Hang on a
affects one
minute,
person,
'cause
mind.
that might have been wrong. I got very excited about rolling 3 dice, but I'm not sure if I should have done.
I don't actually remember the damage.
1d6 penetrating damage. I am completely wrong. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you suck.
Do that again. It's like, what? That seems like so much. Is it plus anything? No.
The
I
great
think
thing
it's
about
just
Winter's
straight up
Grasp,
6.
Winter's Grasp ignores its armor, though. That's amazing.
Yeah. That's the reason
Yeah.
my mage had it. It's
Target takes 1d6 penetrating damage and suffers a cumulative -2 pen. So
Nice.
4 damage, not 15. That was mad.
Still pretty good. Your spell takes hold, and you see its fur and its blackened hide become whitened by permafrost. Even its eyes become bloodshot, and parts of it go even darker as frostbite kicks in, causing damage. That's going to be next up is Allegra. Your target has been wounded a bit. Gonna follow through?
yeah.
You are really looking for those doubles here, and I'll explain why when you get one.
I know what I want them for.
Yes, I know you do.
Fuck my life. That's not gonna be good enough, I think. Oh, that's 10, 11. That's 14 again. Yeah, no.
You're actually outnumbered at 2-1 now. So you do get +1, which is 15, which is a hit.
Oh,
Yay!
oh, sweet.
Yes.
Still no doubles. So.
Doubles?
Nah.
No.
So that's 6 damage.
6 damage. That's 3 on that. Gosh. Groovy. And finally, Maria.
Come on, you dice were working so well before. Ooh, double 6. 12. Yeah, 19. 20.
Again, doubles?
Yes, double 6.
Double 6. What was your stunt die?
That would be the 6.
Oh. Oh. So.
Skirmish it off the ledge.
You can move yourself or the target of your attack 2 yards in any direction for each of your stun points you spent. It would take 2 of those to knock it over the edge. And you also have the ability to use seize the initiative to go first next turn. Or you could just use lightning attack to get another attack as well.
I'm gonna say a second attack. Then again, I could do more than one of these, can't I?
Yes. You have 6 to spend.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to use definitely Mighty Blow.
Yep.
And Lightning Attack, which costs me 2.
You're not going to try and knock it off the edge?
What, I need 2 of them?
Yeah, because you're it's 4 yards from the edge.
As well. I can do Mighty Blow, Lightning Attack, and 2 Skirmish.
Actually, that makes sense, yeah, because it's one thing for every 2 yards, isn't it? Yeah, okay, cool. You can do that. Go for it. So first of all, your first attack, your roll to hit was 19, and that counts for both. Actually, a lightning attack means you roll 2 attacks, isn't it? It's when you do that sweeping thing and hit 2 people with your double-handed sword that it's the same roll. So, yes, roll for damage, first of all.
So I haven't actually done this yet because I've failed all of them. Do I... Wielding 2 weapons, do I roll twice?
No, only once. The wielding of 2 weapons gives you a load of extra specials, but really you're hitting once. For now, at least.
Okay.
But, yeah, go on. Roll for damage on that and add another d6 to it.
Oh, plus another d6, thank God. Yep. That would be 6.
In total?
Yep.
God, you suck.
Do we all have the Wheaton curse, or what is it?
Wheaton, you're the Wheaton women. The women of Wheaton. Some of the girls begins with W.
Wait, now do I roll the attack roll again for a lightning attack?
You don't need to.
Okay.
You don't need to. Your first attack, which cuts into it, is followed up by a savage kick to the sternum as you kick the shriek right to the edge, where just for a second you think it's actually going to manage to pull itself back. It starts flailing its arms just around, and for 1 second you think it's going to make it, and then its foot slips, and then there's this look of utter on its face before it falls back. You hear it screeching all the way down. The echo is deafening. Next,
and
you can actually...
Oh, I can make an attack against a different enemy, so I can attack the other one.
Yes, you can.
So throw my dagger at that.
Technically move, but you can throw the dagger, yes.
Yeah.
Throw the dagger.
I got double 3.
Did you actually hit it, though? Yep, that's it.
Yes.
And then what? I want to Mighty Blow again, just because I got a point. No, I don't get a point.
You don't get doubles on the second roll, sadly, so it's going to be a standard attack.
Okay, here's my sword, so 6.
6 damage on that one. Cool, thank you. Thank you. That's going to go to them. Well, one's dead now, actually. And its mates are 2 turns away. It goes after Lenara with a 17 to hit.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, Lenara, would you mind taking a Constitution save, please?
Oh Jesus!
Oh shit!
What does this mean? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 7.
Got 7.
Oh,
okay, good to know. Good to know. Thank you. Yeah. So
am I
you
going to turn into a darkspawn now? Is that my future? Great.
Maybe there's always a possibility. You get 7 damage.
And he's keeping something to himself.
Because he's a GM. That's what GMs do.
Why is my constitution only 1?
You're a mage. Magey McMage.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Did I, I'm assuming that somehow some of its blood got in an open wound. Did I notice that happen?
Yes.
Okay, so at least I'm aware of it. Healing's not going to do shit. I'm going to cast Arcane Lance at that one again.
Okay. Roll it.
Ooh, double sixes.
Ooh.
6s. Nice.
20 to hit.
20 to hit. That's a very palpable hit. Nicely done. And that was 2 6s, wasn't it?
It was 2 6s.
What was your dragon die?
6.
Oh, gosh. So, technically speaking, you can try and skirmish it off the ledge.
Ooh. Is that? Can I do standard stunts as well as magic ones? I thought I could only do magic stunts.
No, you can do standard stunts as well.
Oh, I can do both. Yeah, then I'm going to try and push it off the ledge because that seems fun.
Yes, it is. It is a lot of fun.
It is.
Just
And it's very smart.
Just in case you're going to do all the others as well.
Try and make it hit one of the other ones on the way down.
Yes, I'm going to do
I'll tell
that.
you what, because I only roll to see if it falls off if it gets to the edge. If you use all of your stun points now, you can actually just propel it straight off. Because the toughness roll is the difficulty is going to be so flipping high.
Yeah, then I'll use all my stunt points to do that.
Cool.
How many stunt points does a 6 give me? Is it
6.
4? Oh, it's 6. Oh,
Yeah.
It is.
oh, that one costs. Which one is
The
that?
skirmish is
it?
basically 1+, and for every 1 point you put into it, you can move yourself or your target 2 yards. So basically, and I'm sounding like I'm from Dorset all of a sudden. You basically move this thing. Your attack winds up this huge pulse as the actual arcane lance bolt propels it like force push style.
Yes.
Not just.
I was
off
going to
the edge,
ask if I could use it to shove it backwards, so this is perfect.
Yes.
This is how skirmish works sometimes. You essentially just make it propel it straight off the edge. It tries to put its claws out, and you can see it scraping the edge of the platform for a second as it's thrown clean off and into the center of this pit. Hearing it screeching, it actually hits one on the way down as well. Because you rolled 2 6s, and I think you deserve it.
Revenge for potentially dying from darkspawn blood. Great.
Yeah, about that we need to talk. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're now clear of your path is clear, and the rest of them, 9 of them at least, are ever closer now. You may want to run.
Run to the top.
Let's go.
Groovy. So you guys start legging it. Would you mind rolling a Constitution run, please?
All of it. Yeah.
Ooh. I got 2 6s again.
Nice.
Why does it happen every time then?
14.
Check.
That's worse. 9.
18.
9.
Look at our squishy mage.
Who's weirdly strong and fast.
Elves are incredibly fast.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably it.
Elves? Yeah, they get the speed boost.
I've had
don't
a lot of practice running away from slave hunters. That's why I'm so quick. I am gone.
Oh gosh. Nice. Trying to find something. Screw it. I'll look it up later. Cool. You guys flee from the pit. Just as those shrieks are behind you, you rush down. You're in this open old forest area. And somehow you manage to outrun them. They don't seem to do very well in the daylight. They prefer the dark, and they're not very organized. And you're back out into the forest, much farther way north than you were.
Immediately look around in case there's any settlements, anything nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah, there seems to be some smoke coming from something further northeast. Could be a chimney.
Head northwest.
Yeah.
Or just straight
Seems
north.
a little rude to bring darkspawn down upon whoever lives there.
Yeah, rude schmood.
Yeah, running northwest. Northwest.
Yeah.
Northwest. Cool. You travel for all of a day going into the dark, and as it gets to nightfall, you actually hit the side of a lake.
Okay.
A rather large lake, and if you happen to take a look at the Faithswain Saga group, The big picture there.
I'm sure I have maps of Thedas saved in many
I
different folders on my
was like
laptop.
trying to remember the map of Thedas then. Like,
there's actually a whatchamacallit, a rather large lake.
oh, so there is.
Mm. And you are literally at the southern tip of it. You've traveled a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
What you also notice as well is what looks like a little fishing shack just at the side there. Doesn't look like anyone's home, of course, but it's shelter.
If there's no one home, head to that.
Yep.
Check in case it's been trapped.
Yeah, I'll speed things up here. You check for traps.
Fishermen trap their houses all the time.
I would. I would
It's a
have
holiday
fish
home
traps.
and they wandered off. Wait, so which lake are we looking at?
Yeah, 'cause
The
there's
one
quite a lot
that's.
of them.
I'll be blunt. It's essentially the one with Fortune's Folly on it.
Right, I thought it might be.
Okay, cool.
And we
So-
started at Giz Lane?
Ghislaine, you were in the fields of Ghislaine.
Oh,
You've been traveling.
Yeah.
That river path cuts through a lot of rough ground. You've actually gone quite far ahead.
Okay.
Nice.
The shack is empty. There's enough sleeping area on the ground there. There is actually some emergency supplies someone's stocked up on. Basically dried salted fish and some tack. Otherwise, it's just a very typical fisherman's spot that someone set up a long time ago. No one seems to be in sight, though. Although this lake, being as big as it is, you can just make out just on the horizon what looks like a town of some sort.
Okay. What,
So
over the opposite side of it, or
No.
by any chance
the-
where it's marked
side,
as
yeah.
Fortune's Folly?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's like midday, isn't it? So
No, this is
Um,
actually evening now. So the
Oh,
sun's
okay.
going down.
So we travelled from sort of we
yeah, we travelled
left
a day,
at
didn't we?
noon, so then we travelled for the rest of that day.
Yep.
Right.
Totally pointless now because it's already entered my bloodstream. But I'm going to go over to the lake and rinse out that cut on my arm.
Cool. Roll a what do we call it? A healing. What would that be?
Yeah, it's not the spell, but I just want to bandage it as a
Yeah.
nuggle would.
Telling us about this? Like, can we help, or are you keeping it quiet?
I mean, if you see me do it, then I will explain. Yeah, do they see me go over and do it? I'm assuming
you're
that we're
not
all still outside,
making,
so yeah, I'm not
no.
being subtle.
Yeah, I suppose we
no,
keep
if
track
you
of,
wouldn't
of each
mind
other.
rolling
Yeah, can we-
cunning healing.
Can we assist with
Oh, I
healing
have
or
the
whatever?
Chirurgy, whatever it is, thing
Yeah, I do
as a
believe that
talent.
gives you.
I don't know whether that gives a bonus. I can't remember.
I will look it up now because I can.
I have it
'cause
written
I've got
in
the
my
book in front of
notes.
me. Get Rugy.
Don't know that.
Whap whap. You have trained in the art of Karuji, and your aid is swift and pure. Heal is a minor action for you. So
Oh,
you're
okay,
useful in
so that's-
combat, but otherwise,
Yeah.
it's
Otherwise, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, so
no.
13.
If you don't need us, then I'm just going to go to the lake and actually wash myself of
Yeah.
dark
Yeah.
blood and days travelling underground.
I'll do that once I'm done with the cut on my arm.
Cool. But yes, you rinse the wound out. You can't see any sign of infection or anything.
There are no creepy black veins around it then.
No.
Okay, good.
But then you don't know that much about blight poisoning, so it's a bit of a tricky one. For now, at least, it seems reasonable enough.
just going to stick this fisher guy's rations in my pack.
Oh gosh, I thought you were going to say pants.
Yeah, if she didn't do it, I was gonna do it.
I want all your fish.
Well, no one's here now, and we need it now.
Yeah.
So
Once I'm done sort of washing in the lake, I'm gonna go inside
Cool.
and explain my arm.
Yeah, go for it.
I suspect both of you saw me washing that cutout just, well, earlier. When we were fighting those darkspawn before, I think there's some darkspawn blood in my system. So you should both be aware of that.
well,
Okay.
that could be a good thing.
Good to know.
Yeah. As if we didn't have enough problems.
Yeah, the other thing on my mind is about the whole glowing eye thing. That's new.
It's never done that before. Nothing like it. Nothing similar.
No, I mean the tattoos themselves were enchanted. They were given to me by my aunt. But some of them move, but that one doesn't. That one was my first.
They said something about how you would know where to find the Fate Swain.
Well, they said that my blood would. I'm not sure whether that's some creepy elven magic thing.
That sounds simply more like blood magic to me than elvish magic.
Yeah.
Well, people was talking about. But I say we don't try it that way.
Yeah, I would
No,
prefer
let's
you
not.
keep your blood inside your body.
Generally,
Thanks,
a good plan.
we agree.
Have you ever felt
Yeah.
anything when we've been near them?
No, I mean, as far as we know, that time when we saw them run into the temple, that's the closest we've been.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But if there's something I can do that would, I don't know, focus on it, maybe there's. Well, I don't know. Is there anyone who might know? Or...
Can I try and take a look at it? I don't know that I will know anything at all, but like, can I sense anything because I'm a mage?
Yeah, do a magic check as a instead of a perception. What you get?
Sorry, super slow at math. 11.
Cool. You sense that it's definitely magical. There's something about it though. It's
So are all my tattoos.
it's put it this way, its taste, if you will, is it's very old, very vintage. It's possibly, I mean, you've handled ancient artifacts in through some of your connections. You know, you've had your hands on some stuff before, and it always has like a certain degree of taste to it. Like Tavintanera stuff tastes one way, Elvish stuff tastes another. This is very old, despite the fact that it's been on his body for only so long.
Can I tell sort of like its origins? Like you're saying how they'd have different like flavors to them? Is it?
This is like nothing you've ever sensed before. This is completely new or old, if you will.
It's very old.
This is why I like sending people stuff.
Can I take some time on my own in the evening light and just sort of go and sit by the lake and meditate on it and try and feel something from it?
Yeah, that's good. You guys spend the night there?
I guess.
Yeah. And eat some of his rations.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
make sure the horse is eating grass outside and drinking water and that the horse is okay.
You sleep pretty much all right. However, Mariah, as you're trying to meditate and you're just trying to recall, you start having strange memories of when your aunt, was it?
She was my carer, but that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Adopted mother.
Delilah, was it? Or Delia?
I would have to double check that.
Haha. Well, your aunt.
7 times since I wrote that.
Your aunt who gave you the tattoo while you were quite inebriated with some concoction. You recall her quite clearly in this weird memory of hers, giving you this tattoo with some help. There was another figure, and you wouldn't have really remembered this had you not already seen him. The Harlequin that aided you against the dragon earlier was in the room when you got that tattoo done.
Now that's... Yeah.
You also get a flash of 4 people eating at a table in some farmhouse or something. You say it's a flash because you don't really see faces. You just make out silhouettes of people all eating. What you do see is illuminated all of these other lyrium type tattoos. The marks clearly made. Like one of them, the closest one is a bird's cage. There's another one of a cavern with a person inside of it. There's another one with a pair of eyes. It's very difficult to make out who they are, but there's 4 of them. And that's the number of the Fate Swain. So there seems to be some sort of connection there. And the recent events have kind of reawakened it. Or awakened it entirely. I'm going to actually call it there now, considering the time. We've actually managed to keep it under 4 hours, which is always good. I hope that was long enough for you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Very good.
Oh, really, Ingrid? Jesus.
Even if my dice are all over the place.
Yeah,
you guys are actually closer to Folly than the Fate Swain are now.
Oh my god.
I know.
We just walked under all of the plane.
Considering where you are, what you've been through, and what you'll need to do next, I'm going to give you 2 levels.
Oh.
Because you're obviously gonna need it.
The way we're rolling, yeah.
So we need help. I get what you were saying now when you were like, you really should have a 4th person.
Yeah, it makes all my calculations are off because of the 3 people mark. Because I try and calculate it based on average damage versus whether you hit it or not, how many turns it'll take to kill something. Fun. Matt is.
I know. Let's go to this town and find a new member.
Yeah. Which of our friends can we recruit to be someone that's lived in Folly for ages?
If you guys want to,
that's actually not a bad idea.
It isn't. I've had actually people approaching me from the other groups saying that they would love to just appear now and then and doing like a one-off character or something.
That'd be cool.
It would be, but I just need to get to a certain.
Work out the logistics.
Well, you guys can always make suggestions.
The other group is in the traitor group.
The what? The traitor group?
The murderers.
Oh, gosh. Here we go again. Loving it.
I know they're watching.
Well, I think Teresa is, and I know Mariana was. Although I've heard that they're going back to the beginning to figure out, because they were told about the 5th Fate Swain last time, and they were all like, "Who is it? Who is it?" And I said, "Well, if you look at the wiki, you'll find out." And like, "Yeah, I'll have a look at that tonight." Not a single one looked. Yeah, I dare. But sorry, looking at the chat. Yeah, I think Teresa just noticed your attacks, your verbal attacks. She's just written, "How dare."
What?
Well, they killed Brynn.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
You bastards! Do you guys need any help with the character upgrades, by the way, or should we go off the air?
I will have to go and double read all the blurb on levels.
I can probably do it. It'll just take me a while. But no one needs to watch us.
Yeah, no one needs to watch us struggle with
no one needs
leveling
the
up.
boring bits. Well, we'll arrange the date and get that up as soon as possible because we're actually getting closer now to the destination and the end of season 1, which is going to be interesting. Nice. Wrap it up for that. So thanks for watching, everyone. We've got the next episode up for both the Fateswain and the Pursuing Stags. It's going to be interesting when they finally catch up with each other. How the heck are we going to do that logistically? Oh,
I have been wondering that.
Yeah. We've been doing some test runs. We have to make sure that the internet connection's powerful enough, or we just pay for your blooming flight tickets and get you over. May have to do that
weekend at some point, where we just play a massive campaign.
What? Do it direct. Yeah. I'll have a word with Ingrid about this, but getting you guys over isn't too much of an impossibility if you can afford the flights. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And yeah, the Fateswain girls are all kind of like really feeling a bit awkward about the whole. Hey, one of the fifth Fateswain, she's trying to kill us. That's interesting.
Hey, my face blows.
And if you're not feeling special, by the way, it's because I've not gotten around to you yet. So there's something equally horrible for everyone.
Oh, I think I might have an idea about what the thing would be.
What?
I'm actually curious what you're gonna do to poor Allegra.
Oh, Allegra. Oh, poor Allegra.
That
is gonna be fun.
There was a cage in the blind woman's picture, but it wasn't a bird cage.
Metaphors.
I know who the Fateswain in their group is.
Yeah, Facebook friends list, right?
Yeah. I'm just looking at the blind woman's picture and the things that we saw in that.
Oh yeah, I forget notes. I have to keep up with all of this. It reminds me, actually, I need to update the wiki.
Which is why I kept notes in the first session when I remembered.
Yay! Go you!
My notebook.
Everyone needs a notebook. Right, say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
And off the air. Bye.